Casting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
It is a great day to be alive. On this Wednesday, Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust. Alongside me is Blues Clues Kyle Wallace.
Hey, I'm Black Steve.
Black Steve. That's who is to my right. White Brad is to my left. This is starting to feel like The Hangover. White Doug, Black Doug.
Yeah.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, and Brad Nortman. Those are our actual names. Alex Strofe is running the show.
You know, Blues Clues was my favorite show growing up. I had one of the chairs, and I loved Steve. Kyle, I actually think you would do a tremendous job on Blues Clues as the host.
You would be a
He
great
said he wants to be Miss
TV
Rachel.
show.
He wants to be like, hey, kids, you know, like,
you know,
if it pays the bills.
We just got a letter, we just got a letter, we just got a letter. It's from Benny Brust.
It's from Benny Brust.
The thing is, though, you couldn't be on a TV show where there's actual children that you have to act alongside. I think you would lose your mind with impatience. You have to be like,
hey, get on set.
Quiet.
Sit down.
You have to be like Miss Rachel, where it's just you, or like
It's a great point.
Steve from Blues Clues.
I said, get away from me, camera's off. You ain't gonna touch me. I'm here for a check.
Get your germs out of here.
Achoo.
Great
Get that
point.
kid.
Hazmat that kid.
I think I'm going to retract my original comment.
Yeah. He'd have to be the solo star. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Less is more. You can get us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And the moment we've all been waiting for, well, maybe some of us, the electric general manager of the Green Bay Packers, Brian Gutekunst, has spoke to the media for the first time since Micah Parsons was traded before the 2025 season. There is so much to get to. So much. And I say this in a sense of I am not shocked by anything, but you almost want to be wrong on how you feel things will go sometimes, right? And I've said the word status quo a little bit, you know, with the extension of LaFleur, Goody, Russ Ball, and bringing back Bisaccia, keeping Stenovich, only replacing what was a void with Jeff Hafley and obviously Sean Mannion and a couple things. But, like, it feels very much the same. The more things change, the more they stay the same. That's how it feels to me up at 1265. So we'll go through a lot of these audio clips from Brian Gutekunst, and I want to hear from KBN Nation on what they take away from Brian Gutekunst at 800-990-3776, and, of course, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Strofe, let's start with Brian Gutekunst on the defensive end who is still on an Amber Alert, Rashan Gary.
Yeah, like I said, I expect all these guys in their contract to be back, but we're just getting started into kind of looking how we're going to build out the team for next year. I thought he started out really, really strong. I mean, obviously he had a lot of production early. I think he ended up with 60-some pressures and 7.5 sacks, which, that's nothing to I mean, that's a pretty good production in the National Football League. I did think towards the end of the year he wasn't as productive as he was at the beginning. So certainly that'll be something I'm sure he looks at personally, and we look at as a team, is how we can continue to make sure that his production level is the same at the beginning and the end of the season.
That's Brian Gutekunst on Rashan Gary. He's been there for 18 freaking years, man. He is what he is now. He's been a bulk sack guy with disappearing acts, and then comes back, have bulk sacks, and gets you all excited, and then he lets you down. Yeah. He stopped chasing quarterbacks. He gives up on plays at the end. Man, ugh.
Is correct, and especially when you're thinking about this being the general manager of your football team, looking at Rashan Gary, and I guess he's not going to get up there and say we're going to cut him, but he got up there and he tried to gloat about the fact that, he had 60-some pressures. He had 54 pressures this year, but here's the issue with those 54 pressures. It ranks 18th out of 115 edge defenders that can be based off of Pro Football Focus, but only 8 of them came in 3 seconds or less. So that means there's only 8 times where he got pressures quickly, and that is a problem when you're paying somebody to be a top 15 elite pass rusher, and when he signed that contract, he was a top 10. He was getting paid as a top 10 pass rusher. But then on top of that as well, I mean, you just overall look at the production. No sacks. You said it, Goody. You know the production went down. The production went down after week 7 or week 8, and then when you needed him to step up and shine when Micah Parsons went down to live up to that contract, he was able to do it for you. It doesn't take a genius or somebody that needs to know X and O's of football to understand that Rashan Gary clearly is declining in front of our eyes, and Rashan Gary is not up to the task to be an elite pass rusher for the Green Bay Packers, and he's not living up to the contract that he overall has. And so if you want this team to be more successful, you got to make some maneuvers. You got to find ways to save money. Did y'all know Von Miller was still in the NFL?
Bills?
No, he plays for the Commanders.
Commanders.
Had more sacks than Rashan Gary.
Wow.
People don't even know he's in the league.
That's crazy.
That's the crazy part about it. That's
the stat of the day.
That's the crazy part about it. And so overall, when I'm thinking about this and I'm looking at what the Packers should do, you can find more productive individuals for less money around the league. And so it's no shot on Rashan Gary. He's no slouch. He's not garbage. He's not trash. It's just when you sign somebody, you sign them with the expectation to live up to the contract. If you look at Pro Football Focus and you look at the overall grade, each year it continues to decline. We all see his play declining. But the biggest indicator for all Packers fans and myself, and why Goody, hopefully this is just GM talk, right? This is just him being nice, because Goody, at the end of the day, he cannot come back. Rashan Gary cannot come back on his contract. Either he needs to be restructured or he needs to be cut. Put him in the exact same scenario and situation that you put Jair Alexander in last year, where you gave him an ultimatum of either you take less money or you get up out of here, because Rashan Gary was not productive enough, and the Green Bay Packers cannot waste money when they have their championship window with Micah Parsons and Jordan Love. And throwing millions and millions and an average of $24 million a year to Rashan Gary is a complete waste of money for this organization. We all know what ROI is, right, Brad?
Return on investment.
Nerd man.
Listen. His return on investment is in the negatives. That's how bad he's been. So it is time for the Green Bay Packers to move on from a guy who got 0 sacks the last 2 months of the season, especially when Micah Parsons went down.
Yeah, when you needed him most, he disappeared completely, because it's one thing to have some level of production with Micah Parsons when every single offensive coordinator is saying, that's the guy to focus on.
We've seen clips of 3 people around Micah. 3!
Basically, everybody else was single-teamed when Micah was out there, so I would expect Rashan Gary to have some level of productivity, but it's what my eyes tell me that the stats can never tell me. That is what Brian Gutekunst need to know. He can sit back there and he can say statistics about pressures and sacks and say, it's pretty good. It's pretty good in the National Football League. This is a guy, Brian Gutekunst, who once again is defending a mistake. And not that Rashan Gary is like the worst lineman in the NFL. That's not true. But he has not performed to his contract. He's not performed to the first-round draft pick that he received. And the second contract he's gotten, guys, still to this day, I just went and quickly tallied up the average salary of all defensive linemen, not just D-ends, not D-tackles, all defensive linemen. Wouldn't you know it, Rashan Gary's contract still the 16th highest from an average annual salary. He's the 16th highest paid defensive lineman over all defensive linemen, not just edge rushers.
So wait a minute. So you're saying between defensive ends and defensive tackles?
And so Chris Jones is in there.
There's some really good,
really good defensive linemen in the entire NFL.
16?
And he is 16th, tied for 16th, might I add. But he is 16th.
What'd you just throw?
Still.
I threw my plug, because I want to unplug from the fact that Goody is making me mad. This is ridiculous.
So it's Goody unwilling to move on from a mistake. And Rashan Gary's presence on the team, not a mistake, but this contract's a mistake, and not moving on for him or significantly reducing him at his current salary is a mistake. There is zero chance Goody can think it's acceptable to bring Rashan Gary back when he has the greatest. It's him and Jordan Love have the biggest cap hits on the team, basically what their contracts are. You have to restructure, you have to let him go. I can't believe that Goody can talk about a championship level urgency.
He speaks out of both sides of his mouth and his
say
boot.
that what Rashan Gary is doing is championship caliber. Yeah, it's just not possible.
This is just one clip, and Kyle's throwing cores.
If this is an indication of how this press
I think this is actually light.
Yeah, this
This is actually light.
This wasn't even the
This
worst
wasn't
clip
even
of
the one
day,
that is like.
in my opinion.
I don't know. Y'all, I'm gonna need some relaxers or something because if this is light, then I don't want to know what the rest happened. Because if this is the direction that the conversation and the mindset we're going, this team is far, far away from the wanting to compete for championships and having a sense of urgency. You as an organization, again, hopefully this is Goody just saying all the right things and being positive before he absolutely comes down with the axe.
But why can't he have some level of honesty?
Listen,
he's basically. You say he's like lying to our faces. Then.
I would assume. I would hope.
Like it makes it to me. He's talking to you like you're a child that you don't understand, and he knows better than you.
No. To me, I take it.
You don't take it that way.
I take it as
he's talking down to you. He thinks you're nothing. He thinks you're so stupid that you can't see the production that you just mentioned the last 2 months from Rashan Gary.
I know Brian.
No, you don't.
Goody is just trying to keep his cards close to his chest. I know exactly what he's trying to do. He's not trying to let everybody know that he's about to tell Rashan Gary he has to restructure or the Green Bay Packers are going to move on for him. That would be a terrible investment for the Packers to walk back into next season with Rashan Gary at that cap number when, to me, and based off statistically speaking, looking at the players around him, you can invest less money in that position and get either the same or better level of production. It just comes down to talent evaluation. As Brad said, you just got it wrong. Like when somebody consistently goes down or they plateau, I think we've already seen the best of Rashan Gary because he ain't getting no younger. And at that point, when somebody gets to that point, you have to make a decision. Do we cut bait now or do we keep him? So when it comes to Rashan Gary,
the 16th average annual value of all defensive linemen in the NFL of 32 teams,
I'm going to tell you this right now.
That's crazy.
Y'all know I watched a lot of Denver Broncos football this year. Rashan Gary ain't
crack the rotation.
He be a rotational guy. He wouldn't be starting there. He would.
I think you're right.
Outside 100% and inside, their defensive tackles for Denver had just as many sacks as Rashan Gary. Like just look it up. You can Google it. This ain't me, just me and me. Look up these guys and they'll show you. They'll show you they had just as many sacks as a Rashan Gary. And so again, this is just showing you that the Green Bay Packers need to understand might be the time to cut bait and move on from Rashan Gary, or at least make him take less salary. I'm not saying I don't want Rashan Gary on the team. What I'm saying is he can't get paid that amount of money to be on this team. That is a no way. Treat him the same way you treated Jair. That's the way I look at it.
For Brian Gutekunst, he's going to have to eat a slice of humble pie to admit that. To admit, like, you know what? This guy ain't worth this contract that I gave him.
You know what's more humbling, Brad? Going home to your wife and kids saying, honey, I'm fired. I ain't got a job.
But he just got extended. He's sitting back
for 2 years
at this press conference.
Keep making these stupid ass decisions. He's going to be fired. He might be begging us for a job.
I don't know about that. Kyle, Brust Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Brian Gutekunst spoke to the media today for the first time since the Micah Parsons trade at around 12:30. Let's juice it up a little bit coming up next, eh? Let's talk Rich Bisaccia. Let's talk special teams. Let's talk about production and investment.
New kicker, good punt returner.
Let's hear from Goody before you start.
Okay, I'm just assuming probably talk about new kicker coming in and kick return gang going to reinvest in that probably, right? Right?
We'll find out together. Brian Gutekunst on his belief in Rich Bisaccia. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Caleb Williams sucks.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
I'm going to tell you this, there will be more scrutiny, so I think he better get off to a fast start.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Because I can already picture whomever we play right out of the gates. And I got a hunch the old Fire Gannon hashtags are going to be warmed up and ready to go if things don't start well. He is not going to have a ton of built-in grace at that position.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Come grow with us at Glenroy. For more than 6 decades, our family-owned company has built its reputation on quality, reliability, and providing strong career opportunities in our community. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Here, you'll find competitive wages, a clean, modern workspace, fully vested 401k, yearly bonus award, and the chance to build a manufacturing career with purpose. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is still cattle country. And that's why Bunzel's chose to stay close to home to hand-select the finest beef. Quality goes into everything they do, from Bunzel's expansive array of meats, homemade specialty sausages, and their award-winning beef jerky. It just isn't a proper holiday meal without Bunzel's top quality cuts on the dinner table. Tasting is believing. Visit Bunzel's at 90th and Burleigh or bunzels.com.
Many wins. Many wins. Waiting at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. This February, you could break the bank and get down with a share of $300,000 in prizes. Bust out your rewards card and play to earn entries. It all goes down with Thursday drawings. Break the bank. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
At Associated Bank, we know running a business is tough enough, so our business is making your business banking easy. That's why we make sure it speaks your language. Business and consumer-linked accounts? How about all your banking all in one place with one login account? $50 overdraft grace zone? Think of it as a I never said I was a CFO grace zone. And maintenance fee-free account? Well, free is always good. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
February means big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath makeover and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time during our February winter savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com now. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Bradley Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show. Goody spoke to the media. We will play a lot of his clips for you today, as well as hit on Giannis Antetokounmpo and some articles that he was referencing and his love for Milwaukee and what feels like a confliction of loving a place but understanding his goals and legacy will probably not continue here as much as he would want it to. But that being said, 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. List is more for you to get involved. Of course, YouTube, at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. It's time now to hear from Brian Gutekunst about special teams. Special teams. Yes, special teams. I really love talking special teams. I actually do when I hear this from Brian Gutekunst.
I really think over the last 4 or 5 years, we've probably put more emphasis on than we ever have. Certainly when I was working for Ted, which was always funny because Ted was a special teams guy, but we were never really going to have a player that was strictly a special teams guy. He had to play a position and have a major kind of role or a developmental role as a position player on offense or defense. I think when Rich got here, the way I think about him and the faith that I have in him, there was a lot of discussions, and we certainly have added a lot of those kind of guys that are just more special teams oriented players, and we improved. We've gotten a lot better. So, I have a lot of faith in Rich and what we're doing there. I think that last game, obviously, we missed some kicks. Brandon had made 32 straight going into that game, so we certainly didn't see that coming. But we got to be better in those situations.
Huh? 32 straight what?
32 straight kicks before that. Is that right, though? I mean, I think going into, he missed a lot of kicks throughout the season. I think when
that counts extra points for the record.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That's one way of fudging the numbers, might I add. But real quick, Brad, I'd love for you. I don't think numbers lie in this situation. When you talk about investment, and you mentioned the word, Kyle, to Brad, about an ROI on Rashan Gary, how about an ROI on special teams when you're trying to sell me investment into special teams? We all know that it's not something the Packers do a great job at. So if you don't mind, Brad, as a former special teamer yourself, a punter in the NFL, and what we've all witnessed with our very eyes, all of the different years of all the different ways they've been good and bad, mostly bad, sometimes penalties, sometimes punt blocks, kicker situation. There's been a lot over the 4 or 5 years that they've invested in special teams.
Yeah, the fact that Brian Gutekunst is using that as a bargaining chip in front of us is laughable because the results say everything they need to know. You look at DVOA, which is expectations of how you actually perform compared to the rest of the league in any given scenario. It's one of the more robust ways to really examine how well a side of the ball is playing, offense, defense, special teams. Let's look at the Packers' special teams DVOA rankings since 2021, the last 5 years, which Goody says we've really ramped up our focus on it. 2021, 32. That's worse than the NFL. 2022. So they improved a little bit. Keyshawn Nixon, punt returner.
Keyshawn Nixon is the reason why they're not in the 20s here.
That's right, 17th. 2023, back to 31st.
Damn!
2024 was 20, and last year was 21, and that's with Daniel Whalen being number 1 in gross punting, I think like top 5 in net punting.
Top 5 net.
That's really helping that kind of stretch out that way. But I want KBN Nation to think about so many marquee moments last year, whether it be missed field goals, whether it be a kickoff, that all of a sudden they're at the 45-yard line. Like it felt like the Packers never benefited from a kickoff return that really sparked the offense. You're like, okay, ball's at the 45, let's go. It felt like it happened all the time where the Packers would kick off and the opposing team would bring it back past the 40. And a couple of first downs, you're in field goal range. So there were so many issues with this team. I can tell, sitting back and, special teams being my focus, I can tell the Packers don't prioritize it. My hardest thing deciding was, is it personnel? Like, is Goody just not bringing in special teams guys? Or is it Rich Bisaccia who's not coaching them up well enough?
Well, we just had this conversation with Jason Wilde, and it led to Kyle changing maybe the way he was looking at special teams specifically, in which we talked about how the Packers haven't prioritized in getting those guys. They have the youngest roster. Therefore, is Rich Bisaccia set up for success with the people he has to work with in special teams? But when the general manager sits up there and talks to you about how they've made a big investment in the last 4 to 5 years in comparison where they were with Ted and the results you just mentioned, with all the moments that any Packer fan can think of in their head that have changed games. I mean, Tausch brought up yesterday 8 special teams and defensive touchdowns for Seattle, and that doesn't count the amount of times that they have had takeaways in big moments to set up their offense for success. So I want to go to Kyle now because I know you've been doing or either one of you.
Real quick.
Because Kyle's doing maybe he doesn't have the guys, but when Goody says that, Kyle, I mean, come on.
It's frustrating for me because I don't see Goody going and selecting those guys. You have a good friend who is an NFL player who's made a life out of special teams.
Just text me about the wedding today, actually.
And the fact of the matter is there are guys floating around the NFL where their career is special teams. Their career. And Matthew Slater for the New England Patriots for all those years. Yep. I could go on and on. You guys won't probably recognize the names, but they're critical to special teams and the kind of the fabric of the team. The Packers tend to draft their guys, and then that 5th-round linebacker, hey, we're going to slot you on special teams. Yep. I've never seen, outside of Keyshawn Nixon, who is a returner, who's now cornerback 1, outside of Keyshawn Nixon, I cannot think of a free agent acquisition where it's like this guy was specifically picked up to help us in special teams. Offense, defense, we're not worried about that. He's all special teams, and he will make us elite. I cannot think of the player who is that in the last 4 to 5 years.
Yeah, for me, it's complete malpractice, negligence, and for me, I mean, simply, it's a fireable offense for Goody to look at the special teams this year and sit here and say we're progressing in the right direction. Brad just listed all the different years of where the Packers were. The highest was 17. I heard 31 in there, 22, 20. Like, what are we talking about investment? If you've made an investment in special teams, again, here's another one. You're not getting a return on the investment. So, Goody, at a certain point, you need to look in the mirror and figure out, what am I doing that is so wrong where special teams is continuing to cause the Green Bay Packers as an organization to lose? Was this a problem that you inherited? Yes. But did you make it better? Absolutely not. Making excuses for a kicker that was 3 for 5 kicking from 50 yards or more this season, no, that's not good enough. A guy who was 3 for 7 kicking 40 yards or more during the regular season, and then a guy that literally choked, had the yips in the playoff game and caused for your team to lose. We shouldn't be talking about making excuses for Brandon McManus. Brandon McManus needs to get fired from his job simply because he did not come up in the clutch when you needed him most. He has one job that he's supposed to do, and that is to kick and make field goals. And when you asked him to do it in a playoff game, he failed at it, so he should be fired. And Goody, you should be right there behind him if you do not realize that you have not done enough to build up a solid special teams unit for this team. When you look at the punt returners that we have, Romeo Doubs, never once did we ever talk about in the last 4 seasons with Romeo Doubs how great of a punt returner he was.
He looked like an outfielder. First step was back every time he caught the ball.
You know, Jason Willie's talk about Savion Williams not being somebody that return kicks like that, and we already know when it comes to the Golden Bugatti.
The Golden Bugatti,
don't forget. He didn't even return punts, and so this is a problem that I have, is that you actually took a step in the right direction. You're right. When you got Keyshawn Nixon, you took a step in the right direction in trying to solve that problem. You had a Pro Bowl kick returner. Yes, you invested in a draft. All pro. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
He didn't just get the invite after people declined. He was a true all-pro special teamer.
And to move on and to understand how good he was and the difference that Keyshawn Nixon could make. And to say, well, all right, let's just draft some guys and see if they fit. No, it needs to be more intentional. Yeah, you invested in a kicker, but it didn't work out with Anders Carlson. It didn't work out with him. So just because you made these investments, if they don't work out, you can't sit here years later and tell me, well, we made the investment. No, you made a bad purchase. It's like when you go and you spend all this money on a lemon or a putt-putt, you can't say, well, I spent $50,000 on a car. It should be good. No, it's a piece of trash. And your special teams is garbage. You got a lemon special teams right now, and you're not doing anything to fix it, Goody.
I can see everything I need to know about how Goody approaches special teams by how Keyshawn Nixon was handled. He was brought in to be an elite kick and punt returner, and he was really good. And when he threw, I don't want to say a fit, but he raised his voice and said, I'm not sure I want to do that anymore. I want to be CB1. And Goody said, okay, go play defense. That shows to me that Goody does not value special teams. Because if he valued special teams, he would say, wrong. You can play cornerback, but you are kick returning. You are punt returning because that's what you're here for. That's a critical part of the game. He was able to talk his way out of playing special teams.
And this is what bothers me the most, is that the Green Bay Packers, you can't just get yourself all revved up and geared up for one game. Because against the Bears, who do we see back there? We saw, Keyshawn Nixon was back there in an important game for the Green Bay Packers because they were in the playoffs. Josh Jacobs was back there. But again, they both may be we know Keyshawn's talented, and Josh Jacobs is probably very talented at it. But we're doing this at this moment, at this point. You have a full season where you should always put your best guys in a position that makes the team successful. If you knew Keyshawn Nixon was the best person for this special teams unit and you did not utilize him until this one game, that is a problem. You're not going all in to try to win every single ball game if you got your best guy on special teams not on the sideline during that moment. So again, the Packers as an organization need to figure it out. They need to understand if you're going to win a championship, it takes for everybody to be bought in. If Keyshawn Nixon ain't bought in and you say, Keyshawn, you are the best punt returner and kick returner we have. You can change the game.
You can help us, man.
Help us. You can change the momentum of the game. The Packers, before the Packers got blown out by the Baltimore Ravens, they were in every single game. Imagine when you lose 13-10 or you can't score a touchdown against the Eagles. If one good kickoff return can get you the ball on the 50, what that can do for your offense. The Packers didn't give a damn about that, and this is why we have these inconsistent results and haven't been to a Super Bowl since 2011.
If I'm the punt team playing the Packers, and I see the film of Romeo Doubs and Matthew Golden and insert whoever you want back there, me and the punt team are like, I think we're going to net 50 today because they can't catch the ball comfortably. They're not getting upfield. They clearly can't read their blocks. Only a handful of time in my whole career would I feel as confident as I would against the Packers.
You punted to Tyreek Hill.
I did punt to Tyreek Hill.
Punted
Devin Hester a
Deshaun
lot.
Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson. Darren Sproles.
Damn!
There was a lot of guys. But
Romeo Dobbs.
Are you too young for Devin Hester?
No, I played many games against Devin Hester. Played some of my best games against Devin Hester's. Not necessarily Darren Sproles. He took one back.
And by the way, Keyshawn Nixon is not no cornerback one, if we're being honest with each other.
Pro Bowler.
Sorry, excuse me. By the way, it was hilarious watching him on offense, and then the one time yesterday that they threw it to him, the ball was picked off from the defender because he can't get separation as a wide receiver, but they can get separation on him when he's playing corner. 800-990-3776. Cheesehead Bucky, go ahead on the Carbless Talking text line. You're with KBN.
What's up, guys?
Yo.
So as far as this goes, this is just an organizational problem, like you guys kind of been saying. I don't think it matters who the coach is because the organization doesn't take special teams serious.
Goody said he does.
Reason.
They made investments.
I mean, that's clear as day that they haven't.
I know.
But I think also part of the problem is, too, is like if you did listen to Goody's press conference today, he also talked about the injuries that the cornerback position did have. So I think that also does, when you don't invest in that position either, it also does lend you to not want to put him back there because if he gets hurt, then like, who in God's name, Ben, they probably would have been calling you up to play corner. Or Kyle, you know.
Listen, they call me up to play corner. That's how you know they suck. The trash. I'm only good for riding the bench.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't think.
Sorry, we're losing you, Cheesehead Bucky. Appreciate the call. 800-990-3776. Yeah, the audacity to sit up there and talk about the improvement in special teams when it's clearly something that is an Achilles heel. And, like, I get it. They're bringing Rich back. They're not going to say we don't believe in Rich. I get that. But then to say that, like, to go into the evidence why it's getting better when we have the data and the reasons as to why it has been a detriment to the Green Bay Packers, and then to talk to us like we're stupid, like that's the part that would frustrate the hell out of me. But speaking of Keyshawn Nixon, I don't want to give away the quote. Brian Gutekunst on cornerback one in his season is coming up next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
You said, "Oh, I'm really down in the dumps. Nobody gave me a compliment on my new sweater." So yeah, we're gassing you up, handsome. You go, King.
Look at that.
King on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You've already put in the work. Now there's a way to make it count towards your degree. At Lakeland University, your work and life experience can earn you college credit, helping you finish faster, saving time and money. With flexible evening and online classes, plus multiple start dates, Lakeland fits your life. Study 100% online at one of our 6 locations across Wisconsin or on our residential campus in Sheboygan County. Customize your degree to fit your life, your goals, your future, without missing the moments that matter, at work or at home. Your experience matters here. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night Show for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Experience hot gaming action and a relaxing spa day. Your perfect winter getaway at the island. Book a stay and float package to get both a standard room and a rejuvenating 60-minute float pod therapy session for less than $100. Complement your stay with an elevated dining experience at Horizon Steakhouse and fun on the gaming floor where big wins wait for you. The Island Resort and Casino's stay and float package runs through February. Call 800-682-6040 to book yours today. Certain days and restrictions apply.
Kessler's gives you diamond choices that no one else can give you.
We have all the colors and clarities and carat weights of diamonds that come from diamond mines.
And we also have diamonds that come from plasma chambers, newborn created diamonds.
Is it time to buy an engagement ring?
Or a big anniversary diamond?
Tell them what an anniversary diamond is, Monica.
An anniversary diamond can be twice as big as the one in her engagement ring.
Why twice as big?
Every diamond makes a statement.
Okay.
The anniversary diamond says, I love you twice as much today as the day I married you.
Now tell them about our miraculous no small print warranty.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed.
It's just that simple.
And all maintenance is free forever.
No charge.
Yes, it really is that miraculous.
You found a partner you want to share your life with.
When you're ready to celebrate,
we've got a diamond for that.
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris talk to comedian Charlie Behrens. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Real James Imaging Systems clients. You've heard them right here on the radio for years. For instance, Chris Willems, office manager with Previent Law Firm.
I like the fact that the company is local and I can always get a hold of my representative who I have on speed dial or I have a cell phone.
Then there's James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark, who oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors.
If I do need service, they're here almost within 4 hours every time. I've never had an issue where I'm like, where is that guy?
James Imaging Systems business technology client Lori Salzman, Vice President of Enterprise Services at Junior Achievement of Wisconsin.
I've never met an organization that is so responsive to make sure that we are up and running all the time for us to be more efficient and allow us to focus more on the work that we do for helping young people.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. To learn more, visit jamesimaging.com.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle Brust Nortman with you till 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock on ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Strofe running the show. We continue on with the Goody press conference today as Kyle is very unhappy with Goody talking about the investment made into special teams. We'll take your calls. We'll get your text at 800-990-3776, the Cardless Talk and text line. If you're there, we will get to you. But first, Keyshawn Nixon, the aforementioned all-pro kick returner, said, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to be cornerback one. Okay. How good of I want to ask everyone before they listen to this. How good of a season did you think Keyshawn Nixon had? Don't talk about loud. Just think about it. Do you think he was really good? Do you think he was a lockdown corner? Do you think he was a top 15 corner? Do you think he was a top 30 corner? You just think about it. This is what Goody thinks, the general manager of the Green Bay Packers, about Keyshawn Nixon.
I mean, I think again, we had some injuries there. Obviously, Hobbs, was missed for most of the season, never really got going. I thought Carrington stepped in and did a great job. I think he continues. He's a young player that's still getting better. Keyshawn obviously had a very, very good year. I think he was in the top 3 in PBUs, and he did some really good things. So, do we need wholesale changes? No. I do think it's an area though that those guys, those guys can get hurt. They're the smaller guys on the field. We ask a lot of those guys in run support. So the depth there for me is important that we have answers.
Now we're cherry picking stats is what we're doing here, folks. Yeah. We are cherry picking stats.
Sure how many PBUs did he have in one game? 4 or 5?
4 or 5 or something like that early on. Micah was getting home and he's jumping routes because he could sit back and since Micah was getting the quarterback, getting pressures, they had to get out of his hands. He was able to jump routes. Pro Football Focus grade, Brad?
I'm locked out. I went through my free trial of Pro Football Focus. I don't have it, but
the rich guy can't afford Football Focus.
To be honest, it just happened because I was logging in and I said, "Hey, what's going on here?"
Were they all in the bottom half?
Bad. I can't imagine. You talk about where he ranks.
80 out of 130 or something like that.
39th out of 114.
Okay.
67.1 grade.
Very, very good year. Top 3 in PBUs, pass breakups.
He's cornerback 2 on most teams. I think he's serviceable mostly in the slot, but he's not that guy. He's not that guy that he wants to be. He's not cornerback 1. Every time he was on somebody who was a caliber of wide receiver that needs to get locked up. He couldn't do it. The space was there. He was getting cooked. So many times he was in a position where he was out of position. And don't get me started about that swift run into the end zone against the Bears where he just sort of kind of fell back.
So there's two Bears moments. I mean, good on him for the interception.
Yep.
But what about the play when he was in the end zone? I swear to God, that was Keyshawn Nixon.
I think it was.
The Bears wide receiver came back for the ball and caught it at the 5-yard line, and Keyshawn Nixon was just like, and he got beat in the back of the end zone where they sent the whole all-out blitz and put everyone one-on-one, and he tried jumping the inside guy with his man went over into the corner behind him. What are we cherry picking PBUs for right now? Again, this is the stuff from Goody that is making me mad right now. He's talking to people and fans like they are idiots and don't know what they saw from the players that he is evaluating and telling us his thoughts about. Yeah, he's cherry picking.
The last play of the game, the second Bears game of the regular season, I believe it was him that got cooked, that Caleb Williams had that miraculous throw in overtime. So there were so many more moments where I was thinking to myself, man, I can't believe this guy is cornerback one, more so than, I'm so glad we have Keyshawn Nixon back there playing on defense. So the fact that he called it a very, very good year, no wholesale changes. I mean, it's one of those position groups that you look at and say, this is not championship caliber. This is not good enough. I mean, you're talking about Nate Hobbs, Carrington Valentine, and Keyshawn Nixon. That fears nobody is afraid of that backfield. So to sit back there and say, injuries and, things like that, I would just love.
What happened when Carrington Valentine tried to tackle Derrick Henry?
He got thrown into another dimension.
He got benched, and then they put in somebody else, and he broke his ankle, and they had to go back in there. But it's problematic.
It's just, I can't believe the same guy who said we need to start competing for championships exactly 1 year ago, watched the product we watched, and is praising it for being very good. And when it comes to special teams, I'm proud of our unit. I'm proud of what we did over, to focus on that last 4 or 5 years. The cornerbacks had a very, very good year, Keyshawn Nixon particularly. No wholesale changes. It's just there's such a tone change in Brian Gutekunst, particularly coming off a season that leaves a lot of fans with a lot to be desired in these specific groups, and he sits back there and he praises them.
Yeah, the problem with Keyshawn Nixon is that he's playing out of position. I understand that he wants to be able to have the mentality of being a number one outside corner, and that's cool. I want to be rich, but I ain't rich. Sometimes you just ain't what you want to be. And Keyshawn
I want to be 6'7".
Yeah, exactly. Keyshawn Nixon, to me, performed better in the slot. As an outside corner, was he awful, terrible? No. But he wasn't good enough for the Green Bay Packers to be at a championship level. When you look at the stats overall, he was 72nd with passer rating overall at 104.6 for passer rating allowed. He gave up 7 touchdowns, and only 4 quarterbacks in the NFL gave up more than he gave up this season. Ben talked about the huge mental mistakes that we have, but we don't even talk about, Brad, you didn't even talk about the personal foul issues that we have, right?
That's right.
And those are the things that show up when you're allowing other teams to continue drives. And so Keyshawn Nixon, as Stroh talked about, he was in the middle of the pack, 44th percentile when it comes to overall cornerbacks, right? He's right in the middle. But at the end of the day, that's not good enough when you're talking about you have 32 NFL teams. You want to have a cornerback that's in that top 32. When you have 2 cornerbacks that are in the middle or the back end of that, you have multiple cornerbacks that passer rating allowed is super high ranked. That's not good for the Green Bay Packers. So overall, Keyshawn Nixon shouldn't be a guy that we look in the next season saying, well, let's run it back with these guys. No, we should really evaluate how can we get better at this position, because you should not stay stagnant when you know you don't have the best. The Green Bay Packers do not have the best at corner. They don't have the best at D-line outside of Micah Parsons, and they don't have the best at O-line. If Goody is not going in special teams, if Goody's not going into this offseason looking to improve,
you're not going to get them all fixed to a championship level.
You can get
but
some.
They got to focus on offensive line.
Bringing back Nate Hobbs and blaming it on an injury, knowing he has an injury history, is just being ignorant.
It's crazy.
It's being stupid. Like that's just not good business. Bringing a guy to replace a guy with injury problems, and this guy has injury problems, and then those injury problems rear their ugly head throughout the season.
And then I'm going to use that as an example as to why it didn't go our way.
Yeah. Do y'all just think magically he's going to be healthy? He had 2 or 3 different injuries this year?
He's hurting players in preseason on his own damn team.
So I'm just saying, like, at a certain point, Goody has to say, let's just hurry up and move on, because when you wait too long and you stay stagnant, that's when your team fails to progress, and the Packers haven't progressed that much over the last 3 years.
Gene and Sun Prairie are on the Carbless Talking text line with KBN. Gene, what do you got for us?
Oh, gentlemen, I am so worried about special teams. I think the Packers' new bumper sticker ought to be, "We tolerate mediocrity," because no one is doing anything about the disastrous performance of the special teams over the last few years. What happens with Rich Bisaccia? He gets a raise and he gets appointed to be something called assistant head coach, whatever that means. And we all hold our breath every single day on every punt return, every kickoff return, and we just never know when disaster
Field goal
is going to
operation.
strike. And it does. The whole operation is flawed. And it seems to be that Matt LaFleur and Brian Gutekunst just don't even want to deal with it. They must like Rich Bisaccia. They think he's a charming guy. So they must think, all right, well, he can fix it, and they don't pay any attention to it. And it just kills us. We can't have any of this talk in September and October about Super Bowl because we always get double-crossed by terrible plays on special teams. And I think as fans, we're just sick and tired of this. I want to be able to be proud of all phases of this game. And we're wasting Jordan Love's golden years here on mediocrity on the other part of the operation.
Gene, I appreciate your thoughts. Very pointed.
Mediocrity. The Green Bay
Mediocrity?
Packers. Yeah, that's what he
Mediocrity.
said. It's mediocrity.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Don't say you believe so when you know the answer.
Yeah, I knew that when I jumped in.
Mediocre.
Yeah, there you go.
They are very mediocre.
The Packers were very mediocre.
And they're content with it. That's the other
They're
part.
fat and happy in Green Bay. They're going to Kohler. They're getting their massages. They're having drinks over their contract extensions. Then they sit up here and then they tell us that everything's great. The injuries were a problem at the cornerback position. Rich Bisaccia is doing a great job because we've invested in special teams, yet everyone with eyes would know that it's not good enough for it to be a championship-level caliber unit around everything. You have, as the caller mentioned, you have Jordan Love in the middle of this contract. You trade for Micah Parsons. Like, you need to fill the spots with guys who can help contribute to a championship. And part of this goes back to a conversation of, this is the guy you extended. Goody's the guy you extended to make the changes, to make them better. Not stay the same. Not be the same as they've been. They've been 7 seeds 3 years in a row.
I think what you're missing is
he's going to be but he's the one in charge to put the pieces for Matt LaFleur to make this a championship team.
The pieces he put in there, and Nate Hobbs and Aaron Banks didn't make the team better.
I know.
They did.
And Goody doubles down on his
That's my point, is how are you supposed to trust this when he's going back to Nate Hobbs in this conversation saying, well, he was injured. And as we all know, he was injured before he became a Green Bay Packer. Talking about Carrington Valentine, yes, he's a good young player, but do you want Carrington Valentine in an NFC Championship game out there?
Depends on the Carrington Valentine you get. Don't have no big running back out there because that boy.
Well, guess what? It gets more physical every round of the playoffs that you go further.
But Carrington Valentine's the only corner I really.
He can kind of cover, yeah.
He can cover.
He makes mistakes, but he's the one that I trust. And Keyshawn Nixon.
But what does that say? When you say that out loud, Carrington Valentine is the one that I trust.
It says that
you've watched the Denver Broncos. Your cousin plays on the team.
PS2.
Keyshawn Nixon and Carrington Valentine would be lucky.
Yeah, I'd take Riley Moss, who get called for penalties all the dang time, but at least he know how to lock somebody up. So the Packers' problem is that you're talking about oh, they did this, or you're making excuses for the performance of Nate Hobbs through injury. At the end of the day, you know that you don't have a number one corner, and it's up to Goody to decide, okay, what's more important? Do I just run it back with these corners and maybe try to invest in the defensive line, or do I invest in corners and rebuild that group like I rebuilt the safety group and try to run it back with the defensive line? And I honestly think it should be get you some new corners and run it back with the defensive line with Rashan Gary less money, then bringing back these corners. They're not good enough, and this is a passing league.
And when it comes to the high level of execution and expectations, you can guarantee that happens at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, because Gina Della from Pella leads that, and only the best comes from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. I want you to be inspired. You want to be inspired? Go to the Wisconsin State Fair, not this upcoming weekend, but the next weekend, February 13th to the 15th, for the Nari Spring Home Improvement Show, Booth 420.
Booth 420!
That's easy to remember. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin will be there. You can say hi to Gina. You can say, hey, I'm a faithful KBN listener, and I heard you're at Booth 420, easy to remember, and get yourself inspired for your home. for your home, because you know that the windows, the draft, the cold, that is well on its way here. So you need to take advantage of all the inspiration and all the financing, 0% for up to 4 years, that Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin can offer you. So don't hesitate. Go there February 13th to the 15th. Become inspired by everything Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin can do for you in your home.
Strove's going to play us the next Goody clip that he believes is worth us talking with KBN Nation about. He's going to surprise us. We're going to react to the Alex Strove picked cut from Goody's presser coming up next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
We need the final end here.
Yes, we do, Jason.
Oh, okay. Screw you, Ben Brust.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
I would have liked to have seen the process go a little bit longer. I would have loved to have seen them evaluate. And then if it still comes back Gannon, great.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It did feel like there was maybe a little bit of a push. If you don't bring him in and get him done now, he's going somewhere else.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
February means big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath makeover, and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time during our February winter savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com now. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
At Citizens Bank, we believe banking is more than transactions. It's about being recognized and remembered. It's feeling like you're understood and supported along the way. It's the small stuff that says, we know you. Because when your bank gets you, banking just feels better. Citizens Bank. Bank where you belong. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/belong. Citizens Bank is member FDIC.
Did you know Professional Construction Inc. has an in-house team of interior designers? We're excited to bring our expertise to you with our brand new virtual interior design program. Maybe you're not ready for a full construction project, but you are ready to refresh that outdated room. Our PCI design team creates stunning photorealistic renderings, a mood board, and a curated shopping list, all delivered to you in just days.
For all your construction and design needs,
visit professionalconstructioninc.com.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, pepperoni, amore, mozzarella, amore. Screaming Sicilian,
Screaming Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
Wisconsin homes ask a lot of their windows and doors. They need to be ready for anything year-round. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, everything we do is built around quality and durability. You shouldn't have to make compromises to ensure you're comfortable at home. So right now, take advantage of 0% financing for up to 4 years. There's never been a better time to experience Pella in person and get all your questions answered. Join us at the NARI Spring Home Improvement Show, February 13th through the 15th at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Book your in-home consultation at the show and receive a free Design Works rendering. From design to installation, Pella's local experts are there to guide you every step of the way, helping you choose the right options for your home, your style, and your budget. Thanks to 0% financing for up to 4 years and our 10-year limited warranty, you can feel confident in your decision long after installation day. PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 2/28/2026.
Truck crash? Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Start your Milwaukee weight loss program now to lose weight fast. Many lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. Call for your free consultation. 262-235-3980. 262-235-3980 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary. You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with you. KBN ESPN Nation at 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talk and Text line. Hanging out at the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Studios and just taking it all in. I said, Strofe, I want you to pick what we listen to next. We talked about Rashan Gary. We talked about special teams. We talked about the cornerback room and basically what feels like them being fat and happy sitting up there at 1265 and knowing that they're good and they're going to continue to be good and cash flow is going to be good and the reserve fund's going to be good, but are they building a championship caliber team? And do you believe that Goody can do so? So on Twitter at KBN ESPN, do you believe that Goody can build a championship caliber team? 800-990-3776. You know what? Strofe, save your clip. I want you guys to answer that.
Oh, I'm starting to lose faith. I really am. And
Wow.
I've been a Goody stan, but when I'm evaluating all the holes that this team has, I feel like the Packers, though we were so close to winning a Super Bowl, it seems like a lot of things after Micah Parsons went down got revealed, right? It revealed that the defensive line literally was living off of Micah Parsons and a Devontae Wyatt, and the rest of them just were not good enough to be in that leading role. The offensive line was a complete debacle. It couldn't protect your running back. Your running back was constantly getting yards after contact at their line of scrimmage. You saw in the NFC wild card round against the Chicago Bears where your team was up multiple scores, and all the other team had to do was generate pressure, right? Just rush a whole bunch of guys, and the Packers were overwhelmed. It exposed a lot of the holes that this team has, and it lets me know if we go into the season with the same roster that we have with guys like Aaron Banks, with guys like Nate Hobbs, with guys like Keyshawn Nixon, with guys like Rashan Gary, we're still going to be behind a team like the Seattle Seahawks, a team like the New England Patriots, a team like the LA Rams. We're still behind those teams, and on top of that, we're playing in a division where no team finished under 500. This is a very, very tough division, and the Green Bay Packers need to make sure they're improving every aspect of this team that they can. And what I heard from Goody was, you know what, we're good where we're at. No. Your team lost 5 games in a row. You need to evaluate what happened in those last 5 games of why we couldn't find a way to win, and we need to fix that to ensure it does not happen again.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you, Kyle. I don't think Brian Gutekunst can architect a championship-level team. I mean, for any sort of improvement in football or in life, the first step of improvement is admitting there's a problem. He can't even admit there's a problem. That's why this time last year, when he said sense of urgency, time to start competing for championships, I said, okay, like he is admitting that there's a gap. That is the goal. So I feel like, okay, I've got more something to work off of. I think that I am in lockstep with how Goody views this team. He's talking about, like, this team just won the Super Bowl. He's talking about these areas that we know prevent the Packers from being Super Bowl caliber. D-line, cornerback, special teams. And he's talking about it as if all is good, that there's no wholesale changes. He's content with what he's got going on. And I cannot follow him into that. If you look at that, look at those areas of the team specifically, and you say, yeah, I'm good with that. I think it's had a very, very good year for Keyshawn Nixon. Rashan Gary is excellent out there. Let me tell you about his hurries and his sacks.
Oh, what about Keyshawn Nixon, though? Top 3 in PBUs.
Top 3 in PBUs. It's telling me he doesn't think there's a problem. He thinks that everything is good as is. We all know it's not good as is, and it leads me to believe that I'm not sure he has the eyes to see what a championship team looks like.
He should be aiming for guys who are going to play consistent. You just named the PBUs from Keyshawn Nixon where he got it in bunches in one game. That is not a level of consistency that you need. Yeah, shining for me in one game, that's great. You had your day to shine, but I need you to have a high floor. The Green Bay Packers have too many guys that don't have a high enough floor. You saw it with Keyshawn Nixon. You saw it with Rashan Gary, where he even admitted, yeah, he had a whole bunch of sacks early, but then he went silent for the last 2 months. That is not a level of consistency that the Green Bay Packers need. You need guys who are going to give you consistency from week 1 all the way to the Super Bowl.
Strofe, you've been working hard, making sure we're set up for success here. I'd love to hear from a longtime Green Bay area resident that loves the Green Bay Packers. Your feelings after listening to Brian Gutekunst.
I'm trying to figure out if I'm more annoyed or angry.
Oh, those are 2 really good things to feel.
Yeah, no doubt. I don't know what I was anticipating today, but I woke up feeling good today. Like somebody
when do you not, bud?
Like somebody once famously said, I woke up feeling dangerous today.
Baker Mayfield.
I woke up like, okay, we're going to get some answers today. We're going to figure out the direction of the 2026 Green Bay Packers and maybe where they went wrong in 2025. But what we had today was just the same spin cycle Brian Gutekunst does every January or February after the season halts to a bad finish, and they just don't do anything that we had hoped they would do throughout the season. They fall in the 7th seed in the wild card round. They win 9 games. It was a disappointing season. And then today we got a disappointing load of crap for answers from the general manager. And that's where I'm at. So I'm irritated.
Have you jumped off the Goody bandwagon like me? Like, I'm frustrated with Goody. I know Michael Parsons was a great deal, but that doesn't cover up all the mistakes that he made this past offseason.
I don't know if I ever want to say I'm with you because you're going to change your tone tomorrow
Okay,
and say that you think he's the best general manager in the NFC North.
No.
If they start 3-0, Goody cook with his roster.
Well, it's good. We got to see.
Here we go. He's already doing it right now.
No,
He's already doing it right now.
Listen, every offseason gives you an opportunity to prove me wrong. And last offseason,
when are you going to start using evidence from the amount of time he's had?
We are 5 weeks away from the start of free agency. Let's listen to what Kyle says that day. My point is,
I loved Aaron Banks signing, and then his back went out.
He got let go from San Francisco for a reason. It's because they didn't value him.
And he was also, I believe he was hurt too with him, wasn't he?
Oh, interesting. Maybe it's a theme. My ultimate point here is, I think something Brad said earlier in the week has stuck with me all week. And it's as simple as this is the biggest offseason of his tenure as the general manager. It just is.
Do you feel confidence in your guy Goody after what you heard today? Not this is the end all be all, but it's definitely evidence to how he's looking at things.
Yeah, it's a mindset thing. I don't necessarily disagree with the fact that they need depth at cornerback. They also need a high-end starter, and he didn't say that. There's 3 position groups at the top of my mind, right? It's offensive line, it's interior D-line, it's corner, and you don't have a first-round pick.
And so he's going to be aggressive in free agency.
Who cares about first-round picks?
Don't have a lot of money.
We suck at them.
Whether you suck at them or not, it's still an extra crack at helping your team be better in a time where you're trying to win a championship, Kyle.
Yeah.
I agree they've sucked at picking first-round picks.
He's freaking Charlie Brown trying to kick the football. He keeps missing in the first round. Just say stop. Don't even kick anymore. I'm sick of seeing that.
Minus his $55 million quarterback, but let's just throw that one to the side.
Okay, sure. He got one, and Jair got hurt, so okay.
But that's the thing. He's been living off of the big things.
What do you mean? Rashan Gary had a great season.
Again, the overall point is he's living off the big things right now, and that is a franchise quarterback and a big trade for Micah Parsons.
You have one first-round pick on your roster that's to write home about as your quarterback, which is important, but that's it? That's it?
What I'm trying to say. Yes.
Look at the Texans right now. Their defense is great because of what? They drafted well in the first. They had high picks now. They sucked, but they drafted well. They hit it.
And
had two guys in the top 15
again, and Lucas Van Ness was the guy. And if you look at the 4 guys after him, don't go look on the.
Don't do it.
Don't go look at the 2020.
Is one of them playing corner in the Super Bowl?
Sure is. I believe another one's playing wide receiver in the Super Bowl.
Oh, really? Was he like the best wide receiver in NFL this year? That all Packers fans who don't know what they're talking about wanted him to draft? You remember that, Ben? You were on air at that time.
JSN and Christian Gonzalez are the 2 people you were mentioning right now.
Yeah, and Will McDonald.
2 of the best in the league.
Will McDonald,
I wonder who had more sacks this year, Will McDonald or Rashan Gary?
The Christian Gonzalez one still keeps me up at night.
Yeah,
that was my draft crush. Very mad about that one still.
We'll be back in 2 minutes reacting with you. It's Kyle, Brust Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is teeing up the 3rd tournament of the season with another can't-miss event and $1,000 in cash prizes up for grabs. Hey, ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Olson, inviting you to a 2-man scramble at the iconic TPC Scottsdale, all played on Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's spacious state-of-the-art simulator. Sign up now at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com. It's just $120 per team, and teams must get their round in by February 28th. Your chance to take on TPC Scottsdale starts today at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Wisconsin is still cattle country. And that's why Bunzel's chose to stay close to home to hand select the finest beef. Quality goes into everything they do, from Bunzel's expansive array of meats, homemade specialty sausages, and their award-winning beef jerky. It just isn't a proper holiday meal without Bunzel's top quality cuts on the dinner table. Tasting is believing. Visit Bunzel's at 90th and Burleigh or bunzels.com.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Reacting with you, KBN Nation, at 800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line, of course. Get us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Everything's available on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Listen live, listen back. It's all there for you in the palm of your hands. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. Strofe running the show, reacting to Brian Gutekunst's 12:30 press conference today, where, again, at this point, I understand that probably the first hour of the show is very reactionary to maybe some would say prisoner of the moment to a press conference at 12:30. I'm saying what some people might say. So the reason why I bring that up is on Twitter at KBNESPN, the poll we have is, do you believe Brian Gutekunst can put together a championship roster? 56% of people say yes. And so if there's half the people out there that believe Goody can do so, I would love to hear from them, right? Nobody's standing behind Goody right now from what I can see or from what I can listen to. So if you really feel that way, I'd love to know why, because the responses that I get when people take time to respond are, after today's press conference, it's hard for me to feel like something's going to be different. There was also a statistic going around. I believe it was sent in our group chat. Is that fair? How good the Packers have been since 2011?
Yes.
Oh, they've been very good. Very good.
It was the
asterisk.
Stat of the day: regular season wins since 2011. New England, 158. 5 Super Bowl appearances. Kansas City, 158. 6 Super Bowl appearances.
Okay, that's a trend.
Green Bay, 155. 0 Super Bowl appearances. Seattle, 154. 3 Super Bowl appearances.
Sick.
One isn't like the other.
That's sick.
That is great.
Wow.
I mean, such a great regular season team. Can you imagine? I mean, you're talking about 5 and 6 and even 3
I
Super
can
Bowl
already tell
appearances.
I don't like whatever you're going to say next. I can already tell.
I mean, that's living luxury. I have 3 Super Bowl appearances for the Green Bay Packers in my lifetime. These guys are ripping it out in 15 years.
You know,
and they're all in the same. The reason why it's relevant is because they're all in the same category.
Yeah, they got the wins too.
Yeah,
Shut up.
Brad's been to more Super Bowls than the Green Bay Packers in the last
Shut up,
decade.
Kyle.
Yeah, that's true.
And Brad hasn't played football in how many years?
8.
You have to do that. Yeah, 8 years. Thanks, Strofe.
Has it been 8 years?
I think so.
Who's counting?
Yeah.
Oh, you're eligible for the Hall of Fame. What the hell?
I've been for a while now. Thank you. Submit my name, please. Vote for me for all you do.
Well, if
don't keep me out like Bill Belichick.
Yeah, Bill Belichick and Kraft ain't getting in.
I can't even get into the Brookfield Central Hall of Fame. I'm not holding my breath for pro football.
We've got 9 days to figure out whether or not you're eligible.
9 days, huh?
Yeah, they have it on their website, February 13th. Nominees will be notified by February 13th at the latest.
Wow. At the latest.
Now, Brad, if it doesn't happen this time, I don't care. I'm going full scorched earth.
Okay.
I've still got my. I think I'm still.
Well, what are you trying to protect?
His opportunity.
Yeah, that'll close the door forever.
It's already closed because they're idiots for not even put you in there right now.
Whoa, let's go scorched earth after.
Yeah.
They may still be
No,
contemplating.
I don't care. Look at them. The guy's a model citizen. He's a great person.
Thanks, guys.
He's
citizen.
He's got 2 foster children.
No. Forget all that. His accolades on the field speak for themselves. What are you talking about?
All state on 2 sides of the ball.
Yeah.
What are we talking
As long
about?
as I'm in the KBN Hall of Fame. That's all I care about.
No, it's not. That's a bunch of crap.
That's a bunch of crap. We don't even have a Hall of Fame.
Strofe, I tasked you to pick your favorite sound clip from Goody. It's up to you, bud. What do you want to play?
Certain situational football situations. Did what I just say make sense?
No. Did he say that?
Yeah, I think it's all of us, right? I think it's players, it's coaches, it's everybody. And I think for me, I think, in certain situational football situations, we have to be better at, and we have to be more consistent at. And I think, for me, there's two things. It's one, do we have the right people out there, that can handle those situations? And then two is that, are we doing everything to give them the best chance to succeed? So, so I think we're looking at it from all avenues. It's very important to us. But, we got a good group of people.
Cut it. Tell me you're saying absolutely nothing.
So, do you know what he was talking about there? I didn't.
Finishing games,
Yeah,
maybe?
that's exactly it.
Oh, it was?
Why they struggled to finish games.
Well,
certain situational,
what a
certain
pathetic
situations.
Certain situational football situations.
It seems like the lack of the use of timeouts. It seems like the hands team type situation, field goal blocks. That's what it sounds like to me. Situational things that he was talking to, but how do you address that other than bringing in and putting a more emphasis on certain positions? Like, he can't control the timeouts. That's completely on Matt LaFleur. But when I think about the hands team, I mean, I thought the hands team was a good team, but obviously they didn't work out because Romeo Doubs didn't get it. Do we have the good guys blocking up the scheme to make sure kicks don't get blocked? I don't know.
This situationally football situation is among the biggest reasons why the Packers failed this last year, right? I mean, how many times did other teams come back? And, of course, that reared its ugly head in the playoffs. It should be something that Brian Gutekunst has thought long and hard about. And when asked about it, he was on skates. That is crazy to me.
Michael Scotted it, too. I started a sentence, and
he did not know when he was going to end it. I don't know. The more I hear clips of this, the tone concerns me. It really does. His tone is just so different than last offseason. The urgency, championships, going and getting Micah Parsons, all the things, drafting Matthew Golden, all seeming like things that were going to be difference makers for a championship level team. His tone is so unbelievably different from last year, and I can't help but think that this extension has something to do with it.
Well,
he's safe. Let's just keep it all going on the tracks.
To defend Goody, I know I've been ripping Goody today.
Here we go.
No, wait a minute. Stop.
It took 6 minutes.
Stop.
6 minutes,
Strofe,
and he's already defending Goody.
Alex Strofe, what was the question that was asked of the general manager?
It was something to the effect of why they struggled to close out games.
How the hell is he? Listen, the real answer is I don't know. Ask the head coach. What is he supposed to say? He has to tap dance around that because the real question is I don't know. It seems to me the head coach probably messed up.
You know what, Team Kyle?
That's fair.
Team Kyle.
So they're at Kohler, and he probably figured that out. He said, I can't speak what it really is.
That's fair. But it goes with the whole theme of the press conference, I feel
The
like.
word salad, though, was ugly.
Yeah, because he was not trying to say anything.
He basically was not trying.
What just happened.
Well, the thing is he's not LaFleur's boss. He's a colleague because of the situation they're in. So he can't talk about him as if he's actually managing him as like a guy he reports to.
What he wanted to say, hell, I was up in the box watching that debacle 21-3.
I was thinking the same damn thing, too.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how in the hell did this happen. What did they say? Did he just did what I think they did?
Yeah. Did this dude just did this?
Yeah, so he just trying to figure out what happened. So he was in a tough spot.
I know we got to get to a break, and we'll get to hear Brad out, and Rob Demovsky's going to join us. But just a quick side note. Something that's been stuck in my head all day is nobody asked Goody how long his contract extension is.
No one.
And do you remember how angry and adamant that Homer was yesterday when he said, only one question matters. How long's the extension? I don't think anybody asked him.
Well, good. Lucky for us, Homer's joining at 4:45 for Crosstalk. Oh, man. That being said, let's hear Brad out so I can give away some Iron Jock gear, which is what I love to do. Because Iron Jock Silver and Ion technology keeps the stank out of it. And, it was amazing because I went downstairs to pack my basketball bag for tonight, and I make sure that Iron Jock long sleeve, as I'll be adding more to my repertoire, are always ready to go because when I'm playing hoops, I have the comfort. I feel good. You don't have to look for a huge brand that's promising you all this and all. You get great quality and the stank out with Iron Jock. I'm telling you, if you don't go to ironjock.com, you are missing out. That's ironjoc.com. And again, right now through February 10th, you got 6 days. You can get 40% off all Iron Jock orders over $50. That's 40% off all orders over $50. You can do some damage with that and make yourself feel good, look good, play good, whatever you're looking to do with Iron Jock. It's ironjock.com. And right now we're going to weigh some Iron Jock gear. 800-990-3776. Caller 15 to win some Iron Jock gear. 800-990-3776. Caller 15, you're going to be a lucky, lucky person because whatever you get from Iron Jock, it is always good. Caller 15, 800-990-3776. Here, Brad Out and Rob Demovsky, all next on Kyle, Brust Nortman.
This is Kyle, Brust Nortman.
Do you think?
Nope.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Starting off with an accident on 43 heading northbound right about at Hampton. The right shoulder is blocked, so that should be gone if it hasn't already been cleared. It was almost ready to go. Southbound continuing delays from Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette. Westbound 94 heavy from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound from 68th to Hawley Road. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 14. Tomorrow, light snow, a high of 31. Weather is brought to you by The Pickler, Menominee Falls. Cold outside? Get moving indoors with free Learn to Play Pickleball every Monday and Saturday. Learn more at thepickler.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Half of American parents cannot afford diapers. This is WTMJ's Kristen Bry. This spring, WTMJ and the Milwaukee Diaper Mission are teaming up to change that. Join me for WTMJ Cares, Bowling for Babies, where we will raise funds for Milwaukee Diaper Mission. Join us March 7th at Village Bowl in Menominee Falls, where you can bowl with your favorite WTMJ hosts. Text BABY to the WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620 to get more information on how you can be part of our latest WTMJ Cares event.
Brewers mini ticket plans for the 2026 season are available now with 6-game, 12-game, and build your own plan options. You can pick or build the best plan for your schedule, whether you're gearing up for tailgates under the sun, the thrill of the home runs, or the eruptions of walk-off wins. Brewers mini plans have you covered for the 2026 season with specially discounted ticket rates and more exclusive perks in each plan. Check out all the mini plan options available for 2026 now at brewers.com/ticket plans.
Grab the dial and crank it up, baby, because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is spinning its Winning Hits collection. Over the next 3 months, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes. On top of thousands in cash and reward play, you could win one of 3 new Ford vehicles in the grand finale drawings on March 27th. Just play with your rewards card to earn entries. Press play on the Winning Hits collection, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed. Mamma mia! Screamin' Sicilian, so loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
The Superb Owl Squares contest is back, and it's a total game changer. Listen to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy all weekend. Get your squares during the show, presented by Professional Construction, Inc. One lucky winner takes home a virtual interior design service valued at $500. Perfect if your space appears to be in a rebuilding year and not championship caliber. Call an audible and let the pros draw up the winning play. Learn more at ProfessionalConstructionInc.com. Listen to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy for Superb Owl Squares this week on 94.5 ESPN.
Make your fitness goals last with Johnson Fitness and Wellness, the largest specialty fitness retailer in the country with 5 locations across the Milwaukee area. Johnson Fitness and Wellness carries the most diversified lineup of fitness and wellness brands. Their expert staff, white glove delivery, and installation, plus flexible financing help you build your home gym with confidence. For a limited time, save big during their President's Day sale, including free weight plates on select Force USA gyms. Visit one of their stores today or shop online at johnsonfitness.com.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Panthers and Jaguars felt his skill.
Jeff in the 920 on the Carbless Talk and text line 800-990-3776. Jeff, you're fragile right now, and I understand why. This might be a little prisoner of the moment. Been a fan since 1970. Lived and died with the Packers when they extended the 2 clowns in charge. I am done and will not watch another game with these idiots in charge.
Oh,
done.
wow.
Finish. Can't do it. Not going to stroke out over this clown stroke.
Oh, wow. Don't do that.
Well, Jeff, we don't want to stroke, but also, I just want to point out, which we appreciate you listening.
Damn, are people born in the 70s having strokes already?
Dude,
they're in their
50s
or 60s.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Well, Jeff is listening adamantly to sports radio, reacting to the general manager of the team he claims he won't watch in 7 months.
Yeah, give the guy a chance to recuperate from this 12:30 baloney we listened to.
Yeah, Jeff.
12:30 baloney.
Jeff is palm. He's a
and
prisoner.
it wasn't lunch. It wasn't what we had. That's what we had to hear from Brian Gutekunst.
I'm with you, Jeff, but you stay firm. You watch some terrible Packers football. At least this team is making the playoffs and winning.
Complacent Kyle strikes
winning
again.
and making the playoffs.
Complacent Kyle strikes again.
No, I mean, you just shutting the door not to watch them. I mean, they still give us a lot of fun moments.
Now you're starting to sound like a Brewers fan. Brewers fan. Fun moments in the fall.
Oh, there's nothing like a Brewers fun summer. Oh, I just got
fun
Brewers
moments in the
package.
fall with the Green Bay Packers.
Got my Brewers package.
You did?
Yeah, Stroh threatened to hit me over the head with a bat, which is wild.
Well, hold on. Wow, that really resonated, huh? I was just kidding.
That's assault, brother.
They sent him a mini bat, and I said, "Can I hit you over the head with it?"
That's
like a pinata.
No, he said, "I'm going to hit you over the head with it."
No, I said, "Can I?"
Again, you two. It's here bread out time.
Just kidding, Kyle. Sorry.
They say punters are people too.
Punters are worthy of breaking news.
No, really, that's what they say.
Raising awareness everywhere that punters are people too.
Okay, let's go to it. Time to hear from the punter. Time to hear Brad out.
All right, guys. Wow.
I even tried to change up the pacing.
I even paced it with you.
Wow. We are in sync, baby.
I could use a break from Goody right now, so this better be good.
There's a long-standing tradition that needs a little bit of an overhaul. That's, of course, this weekend on Super Bowl Sunday. I instead proposed Super Bowl Saturday. I don't know why we play this game on Sunday, guys. It is no better being on Sunday than Saturday, and there's so many reasons to make it Super Bowl Saturday. Nobody, and I mean nobody, likes that feeling when you watch the game, you're excited, you see the confetti and you see the Vince Lombardi trophy, and you check your watch and say, oh my gosh, I have to be in work in 9 hours. That is one of the worst. That is Sunday scaries at its highest degree. Yes, Ben?
If you're going to do the thing that everyone does every year is move a holiday so we get off on Super Bowl Sunday, this is really dumb.
I'm not moving a holiday. I'm moving it to Saturday.
Wow, you let the man finish.
It makes it feel like an actual holiday. That's right. Super Bowl on a Saturday. It feels like Thanksgiving. It feels like New Year's Eve. Part of the best part about Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve is knowing you're off the next day. But I'm not asking you to disrupt the entire calendar of the U.S. All I'm saying is move it from Sunday to Saturday. Because plenty of football happens on Saturday. We're used to Saturday. Not only that, the parties would be better. It'd be more turned up, if you know what I mean. And honestly, you get all of it. Now, us at KBN, we'd be working on Sunday because even if you want to watch the reaction shows, the insights, the opinions, digesting, you can't do it. You're working all day. So you have to be able to put that on Sunday. You can sleep in. You can enjoy it. You can relax. And you don't have to take a PTO day to do it. And I imagine on Sunday, I'm not going to leave it with no type of interest. I'm thinking of the Puppy Bowl that usually takes place on Saturday. Make the Puppy Bowl on Sunday so you can watch it hungover from a delicious carb list that you had all the night before. I'm thinking about the best of the Sunday commercials. We hardly be able to catch all of them. All the Super Bowl commercials, you play a little half-hour special of the greatest commercials behind the scenes. I even envision a parade for the winning team in the Super Bowl city. Then they get to fly home and have a parade themselves. It makes all the sense in the world. All the sense in the world for us to celebrate Super Bowl Saturday, not Super Bowl Sunday.
The best reaction positively I have seen from a Hear Brad Out ever on the Carbless Talking text line and YouTube, ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Brad, this is a good idea. This is actually
logical.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I do not like how late the Super Bowl goes on Sundays. It's
brutal.
It's too late. And then people want to have Super Bowl parties, so that means on Sunday it's supposed to be my wind down day, but instead I gotta go hang out with people. I hate Super Bowl Sundays like that. I would prefer it to be a Saturday. And you know what, Brad, where you got me at? Turn up.
Turn up. A little Saturday turn up.
I would definitely go and kick it for real. Like Super Bowl Saturday Super Bowl Saturday would be so much more lit because people are like, oh, I'm already out. I'm going to go here. I'm going to do that. And then after I can celebrate whatever because I hit big at Pato. Like, no, this is a big deal, and they shouldn't move it to Saturday.
The teams have plenty of time to prepare. It's not like you need another day to be able to prepare. The guys are ready to play at that point. So for viewers, for players, for coaches, man, Super Bowl Saturday makes all the sense.
We have a hater on Brad's idea to move the Super Bowl to Saturday.
Oh, come on.
What could you hate?
Chef Ed chimes in. This is one of the dumbest takes you've ever had, Brad.
Chef Ed.
No, Chef Ed. I'm going to let Chef Ed have it. I'm going to let...
I'll speak for Kyle. Kyle's thinking... He's so damn old and senile.
No, Chef Ed, this ain't me. This is them.
No, it's what he's thinking,
but I will
Chef
say
Ed.
this, Brad, now you understand why me and Chef Ed was beefing.
I get it. He's critical.
It's about time Brad had a good one. Well done.
Oh, thank you, KBN Nation. Chef Ed, he doesn't appreciate a Saturday night anymore. That's the problem. When you're 65 years old and...
Wow! You dropping his
looking
age?
older than that.
Whoa!
Brad, you have it in you?
You can't appreciate a good Saturday night.
Now you Brad, listen,
Chef Ed, you come for here, Brad. Now I'm coming for you.
Yeah,
I'm
Brad,
coming for you.
That's the way you stand.
This is
right.
Backbone Brad.
Yeah, that's Backbone Brad.
I don't have many good here, Brad, out. So the one good one I have, I will not hear your criticism. I won't have it.
What about Ron and the Keith's criticism on the Carbless Talking text line?
What do you got, Ron?
You know why this is a great Hear Brad Out? Because people have had this idea for decades.
Well, then why hasn't it happened? Why haven't I heard about it? I've heard taking Monday off. I've never heard of moving it to Saturday night.
I think old T. Mark Tauscher's been on a Saturday Super Bowl for a long time.
Well, he didn't hear a Tausch out for it.
There is no hear Tausch out
I'm
for
standing behind Brad. I think it's time for them to move this game to Saturday.
They
already took over Saturdays for playoff
Your
games.
Tausch out is just called Wildy and Tausch.
Opening segment. Unannounced.
You know what I've been thinking? You know what I noticed when I was on vacation? You know we can fix this industry? Yeah, he does do that. He doesn't hear Brad out.
He does. He doesn't need his own segment for it. But I do.
That's
why I have it.
I like
Thanks,
this idea.
Kyle.
I would much rather. I would appreciate Super Bowls more if it was on a Saturday.
It would be so much more enjoyable. The feeling of watching the confetti coming down and being like, we got to be at work in like 9 hours. It's a horrible feeling. It's peak Sunday scaries, and the NFL season's over. You can't even digest it. You can't even mourn it. You have to go to work the next
What about
day.
the blue collar worker right now? Right, we got some mailmen, some blue collar people. You know, we got to think about everybody.
Wait a minute.
We have the luxury.
They're not off by 5:30 on Saturday night.
Somebody's delivering mail.
Delivering mail at 5:30 on Saturday.
Maybe you take that Saturday off, or you do a half.
Bezos said, waiting for those Super Bowl.
Bezos don't run USPS.
I know, but I'm saying deliveries always happen.
Deliveries
I'm
happen
all
on
for it, but there's a
Sunday.
large number of jobs that require Saturdays.
You know
Take a
what? You
half
can't
day.
please everybody.
It's a half day.
Can't please every. You know, that's
the
right.
problem.
That's right.
Hear Kyle out.
Tune in to a new season of Behind the Bucks podcast on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR benefits consultant. Bucks versus the World is narrated by Charlie Behrens, Wisconsin comedian. Bigger than that, though. Reveals the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to take on the best national team in the world. This was a shocker to me. The Soviet Union, best basketball team in the world. Interesting. Before the Dream Team, the long-forgotten tournament in Milwaukee globalized the game of basketball and opened up the idea that international stars could come to the NBA. Find Behind the Bucks on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and the new ESPN Wisconsin app. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher. Excited to be joined next to get his reaction. He was there with Brian Gutekunst. It's Rob Demovsky, ESPN NFL Nation reporter, joining us on Kyle Brust Nortman. Next.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN.
Well, the dance floor specifically. I'm still sore, man. I dance my booty off.
Well, you don't have muscles. You don't have a booty, so I don't know how you dance that. You ask your back off. Your back.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
A bit slow, southbound 43. Right now, from just south of Capitol Drive, you're seeing delays all the way down through the Marquette and over the high rise. Westbound 94 is backing up from just before 35th Street all the way past Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound from 76th Street to about Hawley Road. And that's pretty much it. Everything else so far looking okay. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 14. Tomorrow, light snow with the high of 31. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Two hearts are interlinked,
intertwined,
permanently connected like two links in a chain. The perfect symbol of a lifetime commitment.
One of the hearts is silver white.
The other is silver pink. And each of the hearts is inlaid with tiny little diamonds that glitter like stars on a clear winter night.
The interlinked hearts are hanging on to each other as they dangle on the end of a chain.
Another perfect symbol of having a life partner.
It's not only the perfect symbol of a lifetime commitment, it's an incredibly beautiful diamond pendant.
Just $238.
The Kissing Hearts Diamond Pendant is part of the Kissing Hearts collection at Kessler's.
Even though it's just $238, it's still one of the most expensive things in the collection.
I'm buying the two-tone Kissing Hearts cross.
The mother and child is spellbinding.
There's a Kissing Hearts ring.
Kissing Hearts earrings.
And 19 other Kissing Hearts pendants.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hey, this is Jason Wilde from Wilde & Towns. Valentine's Day is almost here, and Racine Danish Kringles has you covered with their heart-shaped Kringle. You know my family loves Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles, and sometimes they share it with me. Racine Danish Kringles offers a heart-shaped Kringle with pink icing in raspberry, chocolate silk cherry, and pecan flavors to send to your loved one. Order at Kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles, the official pastry of ESPN Wisconsin. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
Ben Brust here for the Princely Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princely Club. If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princely Club, because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Start your better tomorrow today and grow in all areas of your life at the Princely Club. Join for a better tomorrow.
Looking up at the Marquette banners, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. Number 20, Maurice Lucas, retired in 2006. Lucas at Marquette only 2 years, but he was so good. 74 NCAA championship game against NC State, 40 minutes, 21 points, 13 rebounds. In the semi-win over Kansas, 18 points, 14 rebounds, and 4 blocks. Also, that game-winning shot in a win over Wisconsin that created the legendary post-game photo of the father of 2 Badger players very upset with Al McGuire. For your fellow fanatics and your number one fans, for your game day compatriots and your personal cheerleaders, for all the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision. Support your overall health so you can be your best for those who matter to you most. Call Eric Pearson. Eric Pearson, Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
You're listening to Kyle Brust Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Bold, bald, beautiful.
I'm one small, bald man.
ESPN NFL Nation reporter Rob Demovsky on Kyle Brust Nortman.
You heard the guy. Rob Demovsky is joining Kyle Brust Nortman about 3 hours-ish after the Brian Gutekunst press conference at 12:30 today. Rob Demovsky, welcome into the show.
What's going on, guys?
Digesting and taking in all of the information that was given to us from Brian Gutekunst. I have a lot of questions. I guess your overall takeaway from what you expected versus what you got.
Well, it was 38 minutes and 30 seconds by my recorder, and it was a lot of words and not a lot of substance.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now, I will say this, and I'm sure everyone is mad that Goody didn't say, yes, we sucked, yes, we blew it, yes, we did this, we didn't do that. But here's what I want everybody to remember, okay? He was asked about guys like Nate Hobbs and Rashan Gary and a few others that you, I, and everybody else know are not going to be on this team next year.
Whoa.
And he said, well, they're under contract, so I expect them to be on the team. So let's just start with that as the premise for the fact that he's not going to tell you what he really thinks, okay? So there's no way Nate Hobbs is on this team next year. No way, none whatsoever. Yet he said he'll be on the team. So basically, I'm using that as my lesson to tell everybody, don't pay any attention to a word he said in those 38.5 minutes, because none of it means anything, because he's not going to say, yes, I'm going to cut Nate Hobbs, or yes, I'm going to cut Rashan Gary, or Rashan Gary better take a pay cut or I'm going to cut him. Like, he didn't say those things, and that's the reality of what is going to happen. So I guess let's judge him on what he does rather than what he said.
Well, there are some things that stuck out to me from a specific standpoint, special teams. Talking about the last 4 to 5 years, how they've made an investment in special teams, more than Ted did. Brad, you had the DVOA. I mean, from the last 5 years, 32nd, 17th, that was a Keyshawn Nixon year, back to 31 and like a 21 and a 17. I think I nailed those.
20-ish, yeah.
Close, right?
Usually like bottom third.
That feels icky to me to... I know that Rich Bisaccia is coming back, so he's not going to say he doesn't believe in Rich. The fact that he went into the investment part is really kind of what set me off.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, you know my feeling on DVOA, right? It stands for Dorks Value Only Analytics.
Well, that's why Brad brought it up.
Is that a shot at you?
Dance on him. I feel like it is, Rob.
No, I absolutely hate DVOA or expected completion percentage or expected this. Now, that said,
I actually think they're worse non-DVOA in the rankings for the record, Rob.
Right. I was going to say, that doesn't mean I don't think their special teams I think they stink. Okay, I'll say that. Here's the thing. You had Keyshawn Nixon on your roster, and your coaches refused to put him in there as a kick returner. Is that Goody's problem? Goody's not his boss. Goody doesn't say, you have to play Keyshawn Nixon as a returner. That's just one example, right? I understand. I don't necessarily think they have done a great job at playing starters on special teams and playing really good players on special teams. So does that mean Goody better find bottom-of-the-roster players that are better at special teams than they are backups at their position? Yeah, maybe. But to me, it's just as much a coaching issue as it is a personnel issue.
But when you put Keyshawn Nixon in a position to be cornerback number 1 for this team, I'm not sure if Nate Hobbs was signed to be CB1, but when you put in that position where he's going to be your number 1 cornerback, as a team, you're like, well, we can't risk him getting injured on kickoff return, right? That puts the staff in a bind.
Some teams do, right?
We should have been some. I agree.
Some teams use starters on special teams all the time. Packers don't.
Rob, last year, he made that declarative statement of it's time this team starts contending for championships and really breathed in a sense of urgency. From the clips I've heard, I guess I didn't detect the same level of urgency. Is it just me, or was there a tone shift for Brian Gutekunst?
Well,
but not to say complacency, but where's the competing for championships? Where's the sense of urgency?
I think you're right on that, Brad. I do wonder. This is just wondering on my part. Did Goody feel like saying that backfired? So he's going to try a different strategy, right? Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm just speculating. He did bring up, I thought that the two things that he said, and again, with Brian, you have to really read between the lines because he's not going to come out and say, we have to do this or we were bad at this or whatever. But he did say they have to figure out why they struggled down the stretch. He brought up the fact that the last 2 years They're 3-9 in December and January games. That includes playoffs. LaFleur's first 5 years, I believe they were 25-8, 22-4 in the regular season in those games. So I do think he did say that basically the thing they have to figure out this offseason, or one of the things, is why that happened and how they can prevent it from happening. So I don't know that I would say complacency. I do agree with you that there was definitely a sense of a shift in tone. And I just wonder if it's because, he took that approach last year and it didn't really work.
Joining us now on Kyle, Brust Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin is ESPN NFL Nation's reporter for the Packers, Rob Demovsky.
Rob, you spoke with a little bit of confidence before for us not to look too deep into what Goody was saying because he doesn't want to show his cards. But you said you feel pretty confident that they're going to move on from Nate Hobbs and maybe even have a conversation about renegotiating the contract of a guy like Rashan Gary. What makes you speak with such conviction? They have to.
Well, they have to. They have to, Kyle. I mean, Goody said, he was asked, I think it was Pete Doherty who asked him, or maybe it's Bill Huber, do you feel like you're going to have enough flexibility to do anything in free agency? And he said, I think we all have a lot of flexibility. Well, the only way that they're going to have flexibility, Kyle, is if they cut those guys, because otherwise they don't. I mean, if they cut Hobbs, Gary, and Jenkins, I believe off the top of my head, that basically frees up about $33 million in cap space, okay? Woo! There's no other players that they can do anything with that creates that kind of cap space. So basically, without saying it, he's saying it. Those guys aren't going to be on the roster.
Beyond a couple of those guys you mentioned, there's been a lot of others linked in free agency the Packers may or may not sign. The Sean Ryans of the world, the Rasheed Walkers of the world, Quay Walker. So we're starting to get to a lengthy list here, if you get where I'm going. Yeah. They don't have a first-round pick. They're going to need that flexibility. The offensive line may look like you have a first-time all-year starter and left tackle Jordan Morgan. Are you putting Belton in there and Zach Tom filling the rest? Like, the recipe right now feels really hard for me to put in my head. The way that they make this team better with the resources and the ability to go get guys and draft to build off of last year. Make this come together if it's possible.
Yeah. Well, no, Ben, that's a fair and valid point. The only thing I would counter with is if you let Sean Ryan go, and I think Banks will be back, but if you let Sean Ryan go, for example, are you any worse, like just with a guy that, was a fifth-round pick this year, or a guy who's been a backup for the last couple of years filling in? I necessarily think, losing Romeo Doubs all of a sudden makes your offense that much worse. I'm just trying to...
So I hear you on these points, but a big thing that has been a conversation about how this year ended when Micah went down was also depth. So to me, I'm looking at this through the lens of not just replacing guys, but replacing guys and then having the depth behind those guys to be able to do more than what you did this past year, barring injuries.
Right, and that's where the coaching staff better develop guys. I mean, they have these off-season programs for a reason. They get this great attendance. They always brag about how many guys they have here. Well, how about doing something with it? Let's see the coaches develop some offensive linemen. Let's see the receivers coach really turn Matthew Golden into the star that you hope he can be. Let's see if linebackers coach can make Tyron Hopper every bit as good as Quay Walker if you let him go. There are guys there that need to be developed, just like there are in every team. I think it's as much on the coaches as it is on Goody. Not saying that Goody's job is done, because by no means is it done. He's going to have to add quality people, but without a first-round pick, he better hit on the 2, 3s, and 4s. If he does create some of that cap space, he better sign guys that work out better than Nate Hobbs and Aaron Banks do. So there are some big ifs, but I do think that if they do it right, that they can be better than they were last year.
What is the impact on Brian Gutekunst in the Packers front office for losing John Eric Sullivan to the Miami Dolphins, if any?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. He's obviously a trusted personnel guy, but they are loaded in that department anyway. They have probably more directors or vice presidents or pro personnel this or college that than any team in the league. They sort of almost have always had an extra guy or two in that position. They have John Wojciechowski, basically I think had the same title as John Eric. At one point, I think they were co-directors of something. Milt Hendrickson, who's been a longtime scout with the Packers and then the Ravens, he's very highly thought of. Matt Malaspina is highly thought of. Richmond Williams, Sam Steele. They got a lot of guys in the scouting department. I don't necessarily think they're hurting
anymore. I mean, geez,
should have been Kyle
It's an
Wallace.
all-star, yeah. What could have been?
Well, and that doesn't even count the area scouts. The guy whoever's scouting the southeast, the southwest, the west, the east, the midwest. I mean,
I'm starting to think when Elliot Wolf emailed Kyle back, there was plenty of positions for him to get started, and he just didn't want you.
It seems like it. It sounds like they got a lot of people in these positions for us to have draft classes like the 2021 draft class that didn't have a lot of people contribute to this roster this season.
Yeah, I guess as Kyle mentions that, like, I guess when you see the extension for Goody and LaFleur and Russ Ball, and you're continuing on with what has been, I hear that there's an opportunity for them to be better, but why should fans trust it when you're in a situation where the free agents you're talking about, it would be a great thing if you had to sign them because they were so good. It's not always a great thing that you can let them go because they're not worth signing.
Yeah, no, it's a great point. I don't know that I have an answer that's going to make anybody feel better because most teams aren't operating this way. I mean, there's a reason that there were 10 head coaching openings in the league this year. How many GM openings were there, right? There were, I don't know if there weren't quite 10, but there were several. Most teams don't do it. Yeah, most teams don't do it this way. Does that make the Packers right? Everybody, is it the other way around? It's a great question. I mean, stability brings consistency, but it's when you don't take risks, maybe your ceiling is lower than some of the other teams. So it's I guess it's sort of what you want to be. Do you want to be a team that is consistently in the playoffs, but maybe is or a team that like the Rams did a few years ago and they just said we're going for it and throw caution to the wind. Most teams throw caution to the wind and try to win right now. The Packers, for whatever reason, don't do it that way. Is it because they don't have an owner? Is it because they view it differently? I don't know, but that is you are right, Ben. There isn't all of a sudden just a switch that they flipped that said, okay, now we're going to be really good.
Like, is it closer to complacency or stability is what I'm arguing in my head right now.
Yeah, no, I can see arguments for both sides. Stability brings complacency. Complacency results in stability. I don't know, but and I don't know. As a fan, I don't know what's better. Do you want to have a few 4-13 seasons to pay the price for all? Then you win 13 or 14 games a couple of years in a row, and then you're rebuilding again. I don't know. Like, I don't know what fans want. Would you rather be relevant every year and think you have a chance? Or would you rather just be bad for a couple of years, knowing you're also going to be good for a couple of years? I don't know.
Yeah, I look at the L.A. Rams, Seattle Seahawks, and New England Patriots. All those teams got their ring, and then they sucked for a year or two, and then they figured it out. And so I'd rather be like that. But, Rob, I do want to ask you, last week when you joined us, you thought that there was going to be more conversations about Steno and the offensive coordinator position and just the offensive staff. Are those conversations still to be had, or do you think we've already moved past that?
I don't think there's anything going to happen, Kyle. I think they're going to fill whatever open positions they still have, and maybe they shift some titles around, but they might not even do that. It's a little surprising that, basically the only changes that they're making on the coaching staff are because those people left to go to other teams. Like, Matt LaFleur's not firing anybody or reassigning anybody. It does not appear. And I will say I am surprised.
Rob, I do want to mention we know this is the last time we'll have you during football season, so appreciate all of your contributions to Kyle Brust Nortman. We've always enjoyed having you every single week.
Well, I appreciate you guys, and thanks for always having good questions.
Yeah, thank you.
You're the man, Rob. Thanks for
Rob Demovsky, ESPN NFL Nation reporter. Thank you.
We'll see you.
A lot of good stuff from Rob. I feel like he's going to make Kyle feel better. Did that make you feel better?
Oh, yeah.
I knew it. I mean, you're so predictable.
We're back on the Goody train.
Whose were he?
Goody, he said, Goody can't show his hand. He can't show his card. So hopefully that is true. But if he ends up keeping all these guys, then the fire for Goody is going to be extremely hot.
The latest on Giannis Antetokounmpo next. But first, I'm going to tell you about the Princeton Club, because if you're looking to grow a healthy body and a healthy foundation, you have the place for you to do it, and that's the Princeton Club. Growing in all areas of your life. When you walk in, they're cheering for you. You have everything at your disposal. Clean health clubs, sauna, steam room, workout equipment that's new, state-of-the-art, personal training, workout classes, basketball courts, sometimes swimming pools in some locations, functional strength training areas. I could go on and on and on because they provide an environment where if you're looking to grow, the Princeton Club is the place for you. So don't wait. Find your better tomorrow today, get a tour, and you will be loving your new journey like my wife and I do with the free childcare with membership for our daughter at the Princeton Club. More next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
I'm a tool. My name is Ben Brust, and I'm a tool.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
I would have liked to have seen the process go a little bit longer. I would have loved to have seen them evaluate. And then if it still comes back Gannon, great.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It did feel like there was maybe a little bit of a push. If you don't bring him in and get him done now, he's going somewhere else.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
There's never been a better time to experience Pella in person and get all your questions answered. Join us at the Neri Spring Home Improvement Show, February 13th through the 15th at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Book your in-home consultation at the show and receive a free Design Works rendering. Rest easy with Pella's 10-year limited warranty and get 0% interest for up to 48 months. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Many wins. Many wins. Waiting at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. This February, you could break the bank and get down with a share of $300,000 in prizes. Bust out your rewards card and play to earn entries. It all goes down with Thursday drawings. Break the bank. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Disney on Ice presents Frozen and Encanto in one exciting family experience. Sing along with Anna and Elsa in wintry Arendelle. And celebrate the power of love, y familia, with Mirabel and Bruno in the show everyone will be talking about, live in your hometown. Coming to Fiserv Forum February 12th through 16th. Tickets on sale now. Visit DisneyOnIce.com for show details.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
The Superb Owl Squares contest is back, and it's a total game changer. Listen to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy all weekend. Get your squares during the show, presented by Professional Construction, Inc. One lucky winner takes home a virtual interior design service valued at $500. Perfect if your space appears to be in a rebuilding year and not championship caliber. Call an audible and let the pros draw up the winning play. Learn more at ProfessionalConstructionInc.com. Listen to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy for Superb Owl Squares this week on 94.5 ESPN.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The latest from the Milwaukee Bucks is I do want to dive in the 414 hour for deeper into some of the conversations Giannis has had with the local media about his relationship with the Bucks and the city of Milwaukee and what it's meant and what his legacy is and what he's looking forward to doing in the rest of his NBA career. But the trade deadline is tomorrow. Again, I am operating under the assumption that he is not going to be moved and that the Bucks would have to have something substantial beyond what they think they can get in the offseason, when I think more teams will evaluate where they are and maybe want a piece and then offer up more. But I'm not the front office. That is my opinion. Brian Windhorst, latest here on ESPN.com. The Miami Heat have put together an offer for Giannis Antetokounmpo that could have the Milwaukee Bucks interested. Miami has an offer they could take. I think the Golden State offer is better because of the unprotected picks post Steph Curry I value more. But the Miami offer, which has young players and a couple of draft picks in it, they could take that offer, especially if Giannis wants to do it. I guess the first thing I think of in my head is even hearing about those offers, it's already telling you it's not going to be as great as it is if they do it now. You're not going to be like, oh man, we fleeced him.
No, yeah. I don't think we're going to walk. Whenever this happens, tomorrow, tonight, June, I feel like we're not going to be satisfied. Anything short of like a lottery pick that's like one or two.
It's hard to be when you're replacing a global superstar that's been a Milwaukee Buck as long as he has.
And he's bigger than basketball.
With the Miami Heat being 27 and 25, I don't think there's a lot of young pieces on that team that I would want, because it's one thing if they have some young up-and-coming pieces where it's like, oh, that's a can't-miss prospect. You know what you're going to get from Tyler Hero. I don't know if Khalil Ware is ever going to be some superstar.
Kelware.
How do you say it?
I think it's Kelware.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, well, he spells it weird. But if I don't think there's going to be some big
either way.
superstar.
That's the point. Is nobody's going like, oh, we need that guy.
Yeah, and so that's my whole thing is that when you're getting Giannis, if you're going to limit yourself on the draft picks that you're going to get, you need to make sure you're getting can't-miss superstars. The Heat are 27 and 25 with the roster that they have, which tells me that the young superstars or young guys that are really good on their team aren't going to be a superstar potential type guy. The Bucks need to make sure whatever they get back in this trade is either going to be a draft pick that potentially could turn into something, or a player that is going to end up like, obviously you're not going to get a Shea like they got in the PG trade, the Paul George trade from the Clippers, but
that's why those lottery picks, if possible, in the summer become more advantageous, because then you're looking at in a really good NBA draft class of potentially getting someone under control for a certain amount of years to start building up this franchise again.
Why would Giannis want to go to the Heat? They're a 500 team likely to get bounced in the first round of the playoffs.
But Bam Adebayo, I think he's cool
culture,
with.
everything.
Attract free agents next summer.
Pat
maybe.
Riley, Eric Spoelstra.
They don't. I get that
they find ways to take swings.
They do, and they have overperformed oftentimes in the past.
The one team I am a little nervous about is Minnesota.
Yeah, him and Ant together would be pretty darn good, and Rudy Gobert, and they've got a lot of picks.
Well, they got not picks like coming up here because of the Rudy Gobert trade,
right?
But they do have Jaden McDaniels, and they have some pieces that will be. If the Bucks really wanted to move on from Giannis right now because Giannis really wanted to play in Minnesota, and the Bucks said we're going to do right by Giannis,
I can't imagine Giannis really wants to play. I mean, I guess if the legacy is about championships, Anthony Edwards is a good one for him to both competitive and high motors and whatever.
Minnesota's
but
never won a title before.
I know. I guess what I'm saying is like. It's not like I could definitely see him wanting to go to a cornerstone franchise as long as it's not one that like he's teaming up. Like if he's not going to San Antonio where they know they're building a championship, or Oklahoma City, like the Knicks haven't won a title in God knows how long. Like there's just I don't know. I feel like he wants part of his story to not be crushed by going and joining the team. So Minnesota is one. It's just like Minnesota's kind of boring from an NBA standpoint, if you ask me.
Huh.
I agree.
Coming from somebody in Milwaukee.
Totally, but again,
I love my city.
Yeah, you said it.
I love my city. But
Matt and Molly in Madison, DM Sports Show in Beaver Dam, Kyle Brust Nortman for the 4-4 Hour 4 in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
KBN's the show that never ends.
crash now, 894 southbound, right at Beloit Road. The right shoulder is blocked, so watch out for that one. Eastbound 94 is starting to slow down a bit more from 84th Street past 68th. Westbound 94 is slowing down from 27th Street all the way past Mitchell Boulevard. Back on the brakes just west of Highway 100, heading towards the county line. Southbound 41, yeah, it's got some backups as well from south of Hampton all the way down through the Capitol Drive area. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 14. Tomorrow, light snow with the high of 31. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
We need to optimize the PID controller for smoother robotic movements.
Our data analysis shows a significant correlation between the variables in both control groups.
The test shows you've experienced an acute myocardial infarction.
As you'll see on the syllabus, this course will largely focus on the Mesozoic era.
Get your child the access every child deserves. Enroll your K through 8th grade child by February 28 at Milwaukee College Prep, mkeprep.com/enroll.
At Associated Bank, we thought about speaking like other banks with hoity-toity names like Total Privilege Pay or something. But we don't speak bankish, we speak your language. When we say 2-day early pay, we mean you get paid 2 days early. $50 overdraft grace zone? That's a grace zone of up to $50 if overdrafts happen. And maintenance fee free account? Well, that speaks for itself. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/you-got-this. Member FDIC.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour on KBN is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's leader in Pella window installation. Looking for new windows, siding, roof, and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at 4 on KBN.
414.
Hey!
414. 414. 414.
Yeah!
414.
414. That's kind of Kyle's role. You're ruining that.
Yeah.
You sound like a ghost in Wicked.
It is kind of.
I don't have a role in the new 414. Say it without.
414. Hey.
414.
All right.
Yeah. Let's go.
414.
We got this. I'm stealing Kyle's role. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless talk and text line.
Hey.
If you missed any of our show, a lot of reaction to Brian Gutekunst, 12:30 presser. ESPN Wisconsin app has that for you. YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison. And we'll continue to react, but I do want to move the conversation to what is Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. Yesterday, I forgot that happened yesterday. Jimmy Haslam. We're gonna do right.
God, that seems like a long time ago.
That was like a month ago. Doesn't it? He's standing there in his orange tie. We're gonna do right by Giannis and the Bucks like we've been doing over the last 5 years.
Can Jimmy just be a silent investor?
You don't know how to do it. As we've heard from Aaron Goldhammer, from our teammate in ESPN Cleveland, he means well.
Well, meaning well. You know what means well? Giving your money is all we need you to do. Like, for real, money means, well, you can give your money.
When people give money, they usually want influence.
Well, then, if you want influence, if you're buying influence, then you don't mean well. You want control and power.
Giannis Antetokounmpo in the Journal-Sentinel. I want to be a Milwaukee Buck until I retire and win a championship here. End of sentence.
Oh, yeah.
Eric Name in The Athletic. I want to be here, but I want to be here to win, not fighting for my life to make the playoffs.
Oof.
a lot more in both the Athletic and Journal Sentinel from Giannis. But my big takeaway is, I think, it's masterful by Giannis. Like, with all the noise around, like, frustrated fans about Giannis, if you took the time to read it, it reminds you of the person and also the individual that came to Milwaukee and literally built his life here. And it's just a reminder of how awesome he is. And if there's ever going to be I'm mad at Giannis, it will be really there's always a 5%, say, that are going to be like, he's a traitor, whatever. He should have retired in Milwaukee, whatever. But for the majority of people, it would suck to lose Giannis Antetokounmpo. But also, the Bucks are not providing him the opportunity to win a second championship in his next 5 years of probably what's left of his prime.
Yeah, he's got 5 good years left after this season.
We're talking about a dog.
And I don't see how the Bucks...
That dog is 5 good years left.
I don't see how the Bucks put together a championship team whatsoever. And this is... I know it's probably easy for fans to sit back and say, oh, woe is me, I'm a multi-million-dollar superstar, blah, blah, blah. But this is the level of humanity that Giannis is putting on display, to where his heart is in Milwaukee. And he grew right alongside the Bucks, right alongside Milwaukee, and he has a rare and a unique and a special relationship with the city and the state because he was just an unproven 18-year-old kid out of Greece, and the Bucks were nobodies from nowhere, right? That's the team that he basically inherited, and the ride has been really special. And I think as a person, as an athlete, think about like a marriage or whatever, you want to believe it'll end fairy tale like, right? But so rarely it does, particularly in sports. Like, you want Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, and you want them to have the John Elway story, right? Where we ride off into the sunset, winning a couple Super Bowls, but it just almost never happens that way. Even the greatest of all times end up putting on uniforms for a different team. The Kobe Bryants, the Dirk Nowitzkis of the world, those are rare. Those are super rare, and it's not the way that I would necessarily draw up. Not the way that I would write Giannis' story, but who am I to say that a great talent like Giannis should be satisfied with the product that's around him? He deserves to be competing for championships, and that was my biggest takeaway, is that I wish this was a fairy tale. I wish this was a story that I could write that would be beautiful, but right now it's just ugly. It just is ugly.
But the whole story is beautiful. This is just a little small part.
Giannis' story will be beautiful, and it is beautiful, but it won't have a beautiful ending for the Bucks. It just won't have a beautiful ending for the Bucks.
Yeah, Giannis is chasing his legacy, right? He wants to win another title, and you can't blame him for that because he didn't go into the NBA just to get buckets and break records. He went to the NBA because he wanted to create a legacy and he wanted to win titles. And the Milwaukee Bucks don't offer him that. And we can't be mad at him for doing that. He would be doing himself a disservice while wasting, as you talked about, Brad, maybe his last prime years. The Journal Sentinel did a great job talking about this article and talking about the conversation they had with Giannis and really putting things into perspective when you think about when these guys win their championships. When you look at a guy like LeBron James, who's 41 years old, he last won a title at 35, and that was a bubble title, and that one barely even counts. MJ, who we love, Michael Jordan of our childhood, he last won a title at 34. Stephen Curry, 33. Dirk Nowitzki, Hakeem Olajuwon, 32. Kevin Garnett, we felt like he was old as dirt, but he was 31. 31.
Wow. I would have thought 34.
So what I'm saying is Giannis at this point now is 31 years old. The window of opportunity for him is absolutely closing. Yes, he is still a dominant player, but he is only going to be a dominant player for so long. Being 6'10", 6'11", the way that he is a powerful type player, that may not translate and last to the age of 37, 38, 39, like a Kevin Durant who could still get buckets because of the fact that he's a shooter and smooth scorer. A Steph Curry who's lethal from behind the arc. And so with that, with him understanding the type of game that he has, from 31 to 35 or 36, these next 4 to 5 years is going to be Giannis at his basically end of his career being his best. And sitting here and waiting for the Milwaukee Bucks to build up something, it may be too late for Giannis. By the time the Bucks are ready to compete for another title, maybe in 2029, and Giannis may be at that point starting to lose a little bit of it. And so we're already seeing the injury issues pop up with the calf. So I'm just saying Giannis needs to put himself first. He needs to be selfish. He has given the city of Milwaukee everything that he could have. He gave us a championship. Now it's time for Giannis to go and give his legacy something else, and that is a second championship, because unfortunately we here in Milwaukee are not going to be able to do that for him.
You know, even when you say the earliest the Bucks might be able to compete is 2029, that even feels early for me. I think it's going to be well into the 2030s that this team will be ready because of the lack of assets and because of the lack of superstars. Even if you trade Giannis and you get a haul, man, these picks are like in year 2032. So it's going to have to be a masterful. It honestly, too, it tells me how special that 2021 team was, how special that championship is. Because even if you trade Giannis, even if you get a boatload of picks and some young players, you still look at it and you say, man, rebuilding is going to be so hard. You have to hit on every draft pick. You have to, make sure it lines up all at the same time. And you're competing against 29 other teams that have elite superstars on their team. So it's just, you'd love to see this end differently. I hope Giannis goes and wins another title elsewhere. And the Bucks are going to have their work cut out for them. It's going to be not easy to become a true contender again anytime soon. And I promise you, even if you are, you're not getting a superstar with the personality of Giannis. That is just
and the harsh reminder about all this is again, I personally right now am bargaining with myself about this. Does this have to be this way, right? When because your natural instinct was Kyle's like, you can't be mad, and I'm like, and I'm not saying I'm mad at him, but I'm like, well, is there a way? In every scenario that you look at, I don't know how it works out with the timeline of where he's at in his career.
Yeah, that's
right, and that's the problem that I have in terms of, well, if you tank and you have your own pick and trade all your other guys, and that's a huge process. Right? That's just not going to happen. And then it's like, all right, well, sign him to Supermax and do what? If he wants a second championship, it's not about money anymore.
Yeah, and it's not going to happen here in Milwaukee. You're absolutely right. You just don't have the pieces. And as Giannis sounds like a little bit of a flip flopper to me. I mean, going back and forth for what he wants to do. But
you're going to put that brand on Giannis?
Well, he's confused because of emotions, and his emotions are telling him that he wants to be in the city of Milwaukee. The family loves Milwaukee. The family, he went as far as talking about his father's buried in Milwaukee, his children's passports in Milwaukee. That is a deep love and connectiveness and connection to a city. And so do understand that when he leaves Milwaukee and then he decides to retire from basketball, he has every he's looking to come back to Milwaukee to get his jersey and number up in the rafters, but also to stay connected to the city because he does believe this is his home. But just like a lot of us, when you go to college, you go to school, you go and you leave home, and maybe one day you still come back. And I think for Giannis, his day coming back will be after he retires.
I find that I'm going to be on Kyle's side here. John in Milwaukee chimes in, and what I do love is the memories of those of KPN Nation who bring up things to hold us accountable on the Carbos Talking text line. Did Kyle just say Giannis should be selfish? I remember this with Jordan Love calling him selfish after they said Jordan Love should be selfish. And again, this goes back to you saying, Kyle, that he should be he's being selfish about waiting, to get his contract signed, whatever. There's a big difference here.
There's a huge
difference. One has given his entire career in a championship to an organization in the smallest market, and one is in the early stages of his career. So I don't think it's
a big difference.
So
you're allowed to say Giannis can be selfish in this one. It is not apples to apples.
And it is not even close. Jordan Love had no choice but to come back to Green Bay. He was going to come to Green Bay anyways.
Is it Allen? Allen in Milwaukee, you're on the Carbos Talking line.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
What's up?
Hey, I've only heard one person talk about this on the radio. Do you think all of this could be fixed if we just fired Doc Rivers?
Well, Alan, you're not
Doc
the second person to talk about it on the radio.
Don't be a...
He really hasn't. He really hasn't.
Alan, that was disrespectful by Strofe. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up because I think they're too late on that. Horst, if they were Horst and Doc are gone and did this huge overhaul and it's just we're past the point of no return.
And it's kind of, to be honest,
no assets.
And to be honest,
nothing.
Let me be honest. It's kind of Giannis' fault while we have Doc now. I mean, we moved on from Coach Booty, a.k.a. Bud.
Booty.
We moved on from Coach Griffin, who Giannis got a chance to meet with Griff now. Giannis had a say in that. And then he realized Griff was a little crazy, and they moved on from him, and now you were left with Doc Rivers. And so we're going to keep recycling through coaches. It's too late. The Bucks have one chance. They have one chance in going to this offseason, and somehow they can convince Giannis that they're going to figure out how to move Kyle Kuzma, who went for 31, and Miles Turner, who went for 31 a couple of days ago, to be able to say, we're going to flip these guys for picks, and we're going to put it together for you, Giannis. But if I was Giannis,
pipe dream conversation.
I'd run.
I mean, they can try to sell it to you, but let's be real. If we want to be real as Bucks fans, the organization, not from a monetary standpoint in the short term, but from the long term, the Milwaukee Bucks are probably in a better situation to trade Giannis now before Giannis was to walk on them, because if you trade him now, you still get draft picks and you set the franchise up for a better future, whereas if he potentially walks or this team never gets good and win the championship with him, you're still kind of wasting away, right? You may still have butts in the seats, but you're not building towards anything. You're just being mediocre.
I think you're on to something,
Mediocrity.
Kyle. I think you're on to something.
Mediocrity.
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing mediocre about things Kyle talks about.
Oh, it's nothing mediocre about these universal windows from Universal Windows Direct. Let me tell y'all, it might be cold outside, but it feels great inside my house because of the wonderful windows that I have. And y'all know February is all about love, and they have a deal that you're absolutely going to love. When you have Universal Windows right now, you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free. That's a real deal, and there's no limit. You'll also get 0% financing for 36 months, so you can upgrade your home now and spread out the payments with no added cost, and then they'll give you an additional $500 off your next home improvement project. Call 414-410-2000 or visit Universal Windows Direct to schedule your free in-home estimate. In KBN Nation, like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
If you missed Brian Gutekunst speaking to the media at 12:30, we'll get you caught up coming up next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
You know Italian. What do you mean?
You know Italian?
You do know Italian.
You know Italian.
Yeah,
he's right.
Oui. That's French, but you had gelato.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We have an accident on 894 southbound at Beloit Road, off on the right shoulder, so watch for delays with that. Back that up a bit, we do have delays from before Hampton all the way down past Capitol Drive. Eastbound 94 slowing from 84th Street to Hawley Road. Westbound's backed up from just before 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner, dedicated to helping businesses do business better. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 14. Tomorrow, light snow with a high of 31. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Harley-Davidson is an iconic Milwaukee brand, recognized worldwide for its innovation and strength. For many years, Harley-Davidson has partnered with Junior Achievement to prepare the future workforce of our community. Together, we're ensuring young people discover the career path that's right for them. To learn more, visit wisconsin.ja.org.
This Valentine's month, Milwaukee Weight Loss is sharing the love with $300 off during our Valentine's sale. Now through February 28th only. It's the perfect time to fall in love with the result-getting Milwaukee Weight Loss program. We know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no counting points or calories, no drugs, no surgery, and no injections with the risk of serious side effects. Whether you want to look great for Valentine's Day, an upcoming event, or just for you, you can start losing those unwanted pounds right now. No more losing weight and gaining it back. This program helps you keep the weight off for good. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Homer here. I've already lost 10 pounds since I started the journey. Now it's your time to show yourself some love with $300 off. Hurry. This Valentine's sale ends February 28th. Patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. Call 262-235-3980 now for your free consultation or MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher, and if you're serious about getting more active this year, listen up. The Pickler in Menominee Falls is indoor pickleball, and it's for everybody, whether you're brand new or just trying to move more. Right now, they're offering free learn-to-play clinics every Monday and Saturday at noon. No experience, no gear. They'll teach you everything. So stop talking about your New Year's resolutions and go do something about it. Stop in at The Pickler in Menominee Falls or call the club for more details.
St. Anne's Center for Intergenerational Care switched from a previous vendor to business technology from James Imaging Systems. Why? CFO Sally Parente.
The service, the value, and the ease with which we can just keep using their service and not having any big headaches. It's not just all about the money. We're getting value here as well.
Robert Prang, CIO with Tri-City National Bank, likes the fact that James Imaging is local.
So being able to work with a local company like James that has that flexibility with their staff and being able to deliver for us has given us the ability to make the right decisions for our organization.
And Junior Achievement of Wisconsin VP of Enterprise Services, Lori Salzman, had this advice for others.
If anybody is looking for a good partner that is there to help find solutions, call James Imaging.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Visit jamesimaging.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Make 2026 your best year yet. You can only do that, though, if you're feeling at your best, and you don't feel that way if you have pain in your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or your back. QC Kinetics is here to give you that pain-free life that you've been waiting for. Surgery, drugs, all that downtime, that's not always the option. Give yourself a second opinion and allow QC Kinetics to give you a diagnosis, put you on a personal path to a pain-free life, and use their cellular treatments to get you feeling your best again. 40,000 people have already experienced QC Kinetics and their cellular treatments to prove why they are the nation's leader in regenerative medicine and are living their best life. You could be 40,001. Give them a call today for your free consultation. 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
He's Bradley Nortman. I am Ben Brust. Alongside Kyle Wallace with Alex Stroh running the show. Sick. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Of course, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. One last note here before I get us back to Brian Gutekunst. If I'm the Bucks and I'm seeing the windy reports about Miami and Golden State and Minnesota, I am dragging this thing to the bitter end, and I am picking up the phone saying, hey, Miami's got that, and then I'm going to Minnesota. What do you guys got? And then I am going to push them for the most every second of the deadline until one of them just is more I want them in desperation, right? Like, you need Giannis if you want to win a championship. I know we're trading them, but now if you have more players involved, you get a little bit more leverage because then you could use offers that you have unless they start talking to each other and realize that you're kind of using some. But I'm playing poker, man. I'm calling. I'm saying I got another team saying like just about what you have, but they got another first round pick. Can you give us the next first round pick? I'm calling next team. I'm saying, I got 3 first round. Can you throw in a second 2 with the 3 first rounds you have plus those? Like, I am going to feel like I'm in the Wolf of Wall Street making calls and making sure that I'm getting the most out of Giannis if this happens.
Absolutely, you should. You'll never have this opportunity again. Never. You'll never have more leverage than right now or maybe this summer when you're trading him, but you'll never have it. This is a franchise-defining moment for the next decade. Absolutely take it to the bitter end.
I'm just waiting for the Bucks one day to be in a conversation, say, oh, wow, the Bucks got a hell of a deal for that, or they fleeced them. Because right now, the Bucks have been the team that gets fleeced. I mean, that's just being honest. I mean, we've been the desperate person. We've been saying, well, whatever you want, we'll give it to you.
Well, we've been fleeced by Goody as well at 12:30 in his press conference. He's telling those bald-headed lies again about these special teams.
Bald-headed lies.
It's from a movie. I know he's not bald, but just went with it.
Got a good head of hair, in fact.
Oh, cool. Brian Gutekunst, the most bland guy ever. Nice head of hair.
Hey,
Get out of here.
Nice widow peaks, pal.
Okay, Strofe, I will stuff you in a locker, and when we play basketball, you're going to go home and cry.
When he doesn't have a good comeback, he always goes, I'll put you in a locker. I'll give you a swirly.
The problem is all of my insults are so mean that I can't say them on the air.
I bet that's it.
Remember when you all got your hair cut and you guys thought you were going bald?
Yeah, see, that's the thing is I've admitted that I know that my hairstylist has told me that I have a slight recession.
Sure.
Slight. And every day it becomes more and more less slight. I know. I got thin hair. Look at this. Every time I look down on the camera, I'm like, damn. It's like a V.
Yeah, it's become like a peninsula, like the state of Florida.
Hey, big nose, Brad. You take it easy. That schnoz is growing all the way out to the wall.
It is doing that.
Nothing doing.
I know. Kyle's sitting there. Is like, I got you next, Blues Clues.
We can get the Blues Clues. My hair is like Rapunzel.
Are you gonna play the clip or what?
Sure thing, Baldy.
Wow.
I really think over the last 4 or 5 years, we've probably put more emphasis on than we ever have. I mean, certainly when I was working for Ted, which was always funny because Ted was a special teams guy, but we were never really going to have a player that was strictly a special teams guy. He had to play a position and have a major kind of role or a developmental role as a position player on offense or defense. I think when Rich got here, the way I think about him and the faith that I have in him, there was a lot of discussions, and we certainly have added a lot of those kind of guys that are just more special teams oriented players, and we improved. We've gotten a lot better. So, I have a lot of faith in Rich and what we're doing there. I think that last game, obviously, we missed some kicks. Brandon had made 32 straight going into that game, so we certainly didn't see that coming. But we got to be better in those situations.
My man Goody.
I was put to ease a little bit after Rob Demovsky, right? Because he was talking about Rashan Gary and Aaron Banks and Nate Hobbs, and he's like, "Listen, those aren't going to be on. Those not going to be on the team next year. They got to rework the contract. All these things, right? So it's like, okay, maybe we can't take Goody for face value. However, the special teams thing is still a little bit of a
that's why I went back to this one because again, I could understand the under contract Rashan Gary, Nate Hobbs, and Aaron Banks conversations. I can hear you on talking about the current guys on your cornerback room. I mentioned Nate Hobbs. We mentioned Carrington Valentine and Keyshawn Nixon having a very, very good year. Top 3 in PBUs. Like, I get all that. But the selling of the investment into the special teams that we all know with our 2 eyes is trash.
Well, he invested in special teams, but it was a bad investment. That's what it was. He invested in Enron and it went bankrupt because when you look at the kicker and Brandon McManus, he didn't work out for you. You look at Bo Melton and you're going to put him at corner and all that. It didn't work out for you. And so you overall look at just what the investment was. Anders Carlson, it didn't work out. So you can invest all you want, but the guys need to turn out for you. But Brad, you're right. Rob Demovsky, he put it in perspective for us. He said, listen, it's not about his words, it's about his actions. And he said there's some things they're going to do in free agency. And currently right now, the way things are configured, the Packers are broke. They don't have money. They don't have the ability to do anything in free agency unless they get rid of a guy like Nate Hobbs. They restructure or get rid of a guy like Rashan Gary. They need to make moves in order to create, I think Rob said up to $30-some million in cap space.
33 roughly on those 3.
And so if they're looking to do stuff in free agency, you have to move on from some guys, and those are some of the prime candidates for them to move on from. So again, Goody, maybe today, he was just giving us GM speak and being nice, but then hopefully once free agency starts in a month, that's when we start seeing Goody making some moves and guys being restructured, guys being cut, and him bringing in reinforcements to improve the depth and also the top-end talent.
But as Brad had talked to Rob Demovsky about the urgency comment last year, Rob did affirm that the tone definitely is a little bit different than it was end of last year about competing for championships and urgency, right? Like, that's the missing link of why I probably don't have the confidence. Again, he, as Kyle would say, can prove me wrong when free agency comes and make more moves than we expect. But the free agent thing, the big splashes have come in 4 years of gaps. I mean, they made 2 moves. They got the guard that they may, as Jason would say, might move on from. As Rob would say today, they might, he thinks they're going to keep. Again, the fact that that's a conversation tells you how impactful that player was to their team when they went out and get him. And Nate Hobbs, Rob Demovsky thinks he's out, even though Goody talked about him being on the team because he's under contract. My whole point is I wouldn't expect even if they make space, the Xavier McKinney, Josh Jacobs type impact players in free agency. That's just my opinion based off what they did last year, which they thought was aggressive in their mind.
And I agree with you, Ben, because I think it goes back to having so many holes to fill, right? I mean, you have so many holes to fill, you can't spend that $33 million on two players, which you easily could. I mean, I think between Jacobs and McKinney, their average per year is probably right around 30. So to be able to get some guys that can actually spread out, because you're talking about O-line, cornerbacks, D-line, how you're going to replace Quay Walker, you got to have some depth along the way. So there's a lot of questions to be answered still, and you're going to need all the cap space you can in order to make that happen.
Yeah, and actually, when I look at this, I don't know. Again, I would take a high-end guy, but I do believe the Green Bay Packers need to be focused on getting those solidified starters. Maybe not superstars, maybe not all-pro type guys, but guys that can be contributors on their roster where they can secure a tackle. They could be reliable. That's one thing transitioning over to this defense with Jonathan Gannon. Again, I want a guy with a high football IQ versus a guy that has a high football ceiling of, he can do all these great things. No, I just want guys who were
well, you're not asking Goody to be who he is, and he's a ceiling guy.
Yeah. I'm asking him to move on from ceiling guys and really focus on glue guys. Guys that.
But he's not that. He's been here so long to prove what he does and how he operates. Don't hope for something based off evidence that you have of what he doesn't do.
Evaluate where you are and where the Packers are right now.
But in their mind, where they are, Kyle, is really, really stable.
I think there's a contentment with where they are. I think he thinks he's doing.
So
a good
I don't disagree with you. I'm just, again, as a friend of yours, Kyle, and who's someone who cares about your emotional state. I don't want you to start thinking for Goody when he's not thinking the way you're thinking.
Well, I need Goody to really evaluate what his strategy is, and he swung and he hit a home run with McKinney and with our running back in Josh Jacobs, and then last year he struck out. And so now let's find that balance of saying, let's find some guys at $4 to $8 million that we can bring in here that can be a starter for our team. They're not going to be all pro.
They're not going to be high end starters,
but they're going to make tackles. You can find guys for what is it? $4 to $10 million. You can find some guys if you can free up $33 million. You can find some guys for $4 to $8 million. I mean, where's the Zach Bonds at? We need. I
was about to say Zach Bonds. I mean, don't expect him to be all pro like that, but you got to find a guy that's a great system fit that for whatever reason was undervalued or underachieved at a different organization. Still some tread on the tires, just like Zach Bond. But
now you're asking Goody to do something he doesn't do again.
This is why this is the most important offseason of his career, because he's gonna have to patch holes with not a lot of money while still optimizing Jordan Love and Micah Parsons' prime. It's a very difficult needle to thread, but he's made his bet in it.
Yeah, I was just told some very important news. When we come back on the other side, I've been promised this is the best AI song that Strofe has ever made, just because everything Strofe does is the best thing that's ever been done. So,
know what else is on the other side?
Wheel of Strofe.
The best Wheel of Strofe.
Oh, there it is. All right. Hang tight, everybody. It's the best of the best of the best. Next.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman.
So in my short time here, I've come to learn about these things. I call them Strofe days, where he's doing something for himself, and then he just wipes his calendar, regardless of how it may affect other people.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound 43, a hefty ride coming in from Capitol Drive, pretty much all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Northbound slowing down just a little bit between Fond du Lac Avenue and North Avenue. Westbound 94, watch for delays from 27th Street past Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side is backing up a bit from 84th Street past 68th, not quite to Hawley Road. And then we've got some delays on the bypass, leaving the Mitchell interchange on westbound 894 all the way to about 76th Street. Eastbound's tightening up from 92nd Street to Forest Home. Traffic is brought to you by Geist Garage Doors. For over 70 years, Geist Garage Doors has been the local trusted name for garage door sales, service, and repair. Visit GeistDoors.com and don't think twice, call Geist. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 14. Tomorrow, light snow with a high of 31. Weather is brought to you by The Pickler, Menominee Falls. Cold outside? Get moving indoors with free Learn to Play Pickleball every Monday and Saturday. Learn more at thepickler.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Altoona Junior Grayson Becker. One game after joining the 1,000-point club, Becker delivered another eye-opening performance, pouring in 44 points in a win over Ellsworth. He finished the night 14 of 19 from the field and added 8 rebounds, continuing a stretch of play that has defined his standout season. Becker has been one of the most productive scorers in the state, averaging 26.3 points per game, along with 3.5 rebounds and 3.3 assists. With growing Division I and Division II interest, Becker continues to raise the bar as his junior season rolls on. Congratulations to Grayson Becker, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Your taste buds are in luck. The Reuben is back at Cousin Subs. Try this classic sub grilled to order just for you. Stacked with corned beef, Wisconsin Swiss cheese, and sauerkraut topped with Thousand Island dressing and served on rye bread. And our delicious mint shake is back. Both the Reuben and mint shake can be ordered via the Cousins app or online for a limited time only. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
It doesn't get any headlines just to be silently good. Big Fish Contracting, we say renovating homes, redeeming an industry.
It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
We're not only educating homeowners, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us. I mean, there's just such beauty in it, you know? If anyone is considering reaching out to us,
or you can check us out on our website, bigfishcontracting.com.
February means big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath makeover and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time during our February winter savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com now. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Monday through Friday, the airwaves ignite. Ben and Strofe on ESPN, shining so bright. Talking sports, trading jokes, always a blast. Oh, the Pickle Boys, yeah, they're the best of friends. On the court or on air, their fun never ends. Laughing out loud, making memories true. Pickleball champs forever together, it's true. The Pickle Boys, for me and for you.
Pickle Boys.
For me and for you.
No.
Monday through Friday, the airwaves ignite. Ben and Strofe on ESPN, shining so bright. Talking sports, trading jokes, always a blast. Oh,
always a blast.
Pickle Boys, yeah, they're the best of friends. On the court or on air, their fun never ends. Laughing out loud, making memories true. Pickleball champs forever together, it's true. The Pickle Boys, for me and for you.
Yeah.
Hit the wheel of freaking Strofe.
Can I read you the prompt for the song
beautiful.
first?
Sure.
Boys.
All right, I wrote, I want you to write a song about two best friends.
Oh, God.
Ben and Strofe, who are better known as the Pickle Boys, with a Z. They do a radio show together on ESPN Wisconsin, and on the weekends, they play pickleball, known as the Pickle Boys. They have a lot of laughs. They have a lot of laughs and fun times together as best friends. I cannot emphasize this enough. The Pickle Boys are best friends.
That's a great prompt. It is. I can't emphasize this enough.
Big Silence says it all.
It's just embarrassing to
You
be
enjoy being
associated
a
with
pickle
him,
boy.
you know? Like,
Say you love being a Pickle Boy. Say it. Say you love it.
I would rather be. Never mind.
You're going to say stuffed in a locker? Is that what you're going to say?
No, I was like tortured.
Wow.
Then admit that.
Waterboarded.
Wow.
You love being a Pickle Boy. Look at him smile.
He is smiling.
No, I'm laughing at you. Like, because again, when I think about
best friend,
like again, when we played pickleball this last weekend, we were rotating partners, and when we strove for partners, I was like, let's just get it over with. Like like that's what I said out loud. I was like, all right, I'll get it over with.
I can concur. He did say that.
I was like, let's just get it over with. And then he's just moping around and wandering around.
How was it moping?
Dude, you walk like a sloth, and you're just like standing straight up. You have no athletic stance. You're not reactionary. You don't have feet that move. You're stuck in mud. No.
Monday through Friday,
if I had the ability to turn off the station from here, I would.
Talking sports, trading jokes, always a blast. Oh, Pickle boys,
stop bobbing your damn head, Brad.
It's very catchy. On air, the fun never ends. Laughing out loud, making memories true. Pickleball champs forever together, it's true. The Pickle Boys, for me and for you.
Oh my God, that is so cringe at the end.
The Pickle Boys,
for me and for you.
Are you going to do the Wheel of Strofe? Or are you going to play that 5 more times and make me want to?
I actually think we should rename the segment.
The Pickle Boys.
It's time for the
Wheel Goal Boys.
Oh. Another day, another buckaroonie with my best friend Ben Brust. I'm Alex Strofe, better known as the Pickle Boys, with our sidekicks, Brad the Pickle and Kyle the Pickle. Here we go. Wheel of Pickle Boys.
That wasn't executed very well.
Neither is this wheel. Let's start with this, fellas. Out in Madison, Wisconsin, announced today that 3 fall coaches will get their annual year extension through the 2031 season as approved by the UW Athletic Board. Pretty big name missing from that list, though. Luke Fickell's contract was not extended an extra year.
Well, again, all these are formalities, and I know the Badgers, from PR standpoint, probably just didn't want to deal with the people saying, how could you extend him with the results that we have? And again, the extension makes the salary go up, or I guess the salary in the year extends, and the salary goes 100 or 150,000 more. It's minuscule, but I think they don't want the PR to come back as the Badgers extended Luke Fickell. That's how I read it. I don't know.
That's my take. They did it last year.
I know.
Well, how long is he under contract for? Because this is through
too damn long.
Well, 2031. I should hope he's not extended for that long.
Then he's extended through 2030.
It was something they always did, but it was actually a request by Luke Fickell back in December to Chris McIntosh not to put forward an extension to the athletic board, and he respected his decision. So that's why he didn't get it. Because
why did he do that?
Luke.
Because Chris told him we're not doing this.
Yeah, it sounds to me like I think
you think Luke was like, yeah, I don't want more money and more.
Yeah, that's what I'm confused by.
No,
it was we're not doing this, and this is how we're going to present it. This is again a PR thing.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to all the backlash.
But hold on.
They want to hear the Pickle Boys destroying them.
But here's the thing about the Pickle Boys, though.
Oh,
the Pickle Boys understand that this is a formality, and we've never destroyed them for this thing in particular.
We did last
we
year.
Did.
We
no,
did.
I said I don't care if it's formality or not.
Yeah,
I don't want to see this in my face.
Okay, well, one half of the Pickle Boys may have done it then, but I did not do that.
You're so perfect.
I know I am.
Well, look at that. The relationship.
See, look at him. He's calling me perfect. We really are best friends.
No, you just threw him under the bus immediately. You said, well, one half of the Pickle Boys.
Well, he's allowed to have his own opinions. Just because we're best friends doesn't mean we have to share all the same
Ride
opinions.
together, die together. You ain't bad boys.
Healthy
boys
conflict.
Ben's a big believer in that. Ben's a big believer in healthy conflict.
I actually am. We'll be having some after the show.
Yeah, that's what best friends do. Healthy conflict.
Shut up.
What do you mean?
Who is your best friend?
Ben.
Oh, wow. Ben?
Wow.
Who's your best friend at work?
Ben Brust.
Who's going to be best man at your wedding if it's not going to be your...
Ooh, your brother, yeah.
Well, it will be my brother, but if my brother wins the lottery and goes to a private island or something and doesn't want to attend my wedding for some reason, it's going to be Ben Brust. Yeah.
Wow.
What an honor.
Can you imagine the speech he
thank
gave?
you to him?
Has anyone denied a best man request? Because I would do that.
Yeah.
On my life, I would say no.
No, you wouldn't. Why would you do
honored.
that?
No, I wouldn't.
No,
I don't want to buy the suit. I don't want to go do the stuff. I don't want to hold the rings for him.
Well, he said best man, not being a groomsman. There's a difference between being a groomsman.
I don't want to be a groomsman either.
I know, but the best man is
the best man.
that's
I'm
huge.
planning the bachelor.
Yeah,
Hell no.
You're planning
That means
Stroke's
I got to make sure that he's not He's hydrated. There's plans for him to
gotta
survive.
Go Vegas together?
If it's Vegas, I won't hang out with you. Let's go do my own thing.
No, you're the best man. You got to take care of me and make sure I'm hydrated. You just said that.
Hip to hip.
I could see Strofe actually having you being one of his groomsmen. He doesn't have a deep bench.
What's that supposed to
You
be?
got no friends.
Yeah.
I have plenty of friends.
Oh, yeah.
We used to see him all the time. All you do is go to the bar here and have work friends all the time with you. I don't see your real friends. When the last time y'all seen his Instagram or Snapchat and seen his real friends?
I literally posted a picture of my friends on Facebook last week.
Oh, okay.
Facebook? What, for the 6-year-olds to see?
You guys use Facebook. You're a Facebook guy. We're friends on Facebook. Best friends on Facebook, someone argue.
You poked me the other day.
Yeah, I poked
him
you.
again.
You're so annoying.
Oh, wow.
Because you're my other best friend.
Thanks, Joe. I'm your best friend, too.
I think you said that backwards, but you got it.
Yeah. You're my best friend, too.
Strofe, I don't see anything with your no, I don't see anything with your
My
friends.
cover photo, I updated it the other day.
Oh, these are your best friends?
Yeah, those are my college roommates.
All right, yeah. So you got 2. So you only got 2 groomsmen?
Wow.
That's it?
No,
At least the picture.
I have other friends.
You said your best friends.
All right.
My best friends from college. Got other best friends from other
Living the
chapters
dream.
of
I'm in
life.
ESPN Wisconsin. My name's Alex Strofe.
Ben's going to be in your wedding.
Ben Brust is my work best friend. Everybody's got a work best friend.
Powerful.
I don't have one.
Yeah, you do.
Who? What are you, Lone Ranger?
It's probably Ben Brust because he's such a great friend.
No.
He treats all of his friends with a ton of respect and would never talk down to them on the air. Because he's such an upstanding, unselfish guy, as we've learned.
You got anything else?
I did, but we're out of time, and I want to get to Homer and, another one of your best friends because you have so many great friends because you're such a great guy.
I think Kyle should tell us about his friends.
Oh, I'm going to tell you about my friends at Universal Windows Direct. February is all about love, right? And while we're out here showing love to our partners, our kids, and pets, don't forget about a place that shows up for you every single day. Your home, KBN Nation. And if your house has been dealing with drafty windows, high energy bills, or just needs a little freshening up, now is the perfect time to show it some love with Universal Windows Direct. They are here to help. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. There's no limit. 0% interest for 36 months. And a little extra love for y'all, $500 off your next home improvement project when you schedule in the month of February. And guess what the best part is? Their team makes everything simple. From the free in-home estimate to the professional installation that went by so quickly and my windows look so great even a year later, you are in good hands from start to finish. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And like me, KBN Nation, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Homer. I'm literally leaving.
Monday through Friday, the airwaves ignite. Ben and Strofe on ESPN, shining so bright. Talking sports, trading jokes, always a blast. Oh.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN.
He's my sugar daddy.
Well, I need a sugar daddy. There's a wedding coming up this summer, and maybe I need the sugar daddy to be at.
Oh, man.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
I'm going to tell you this. There will be more scrutiny, so I think he better get off to a fast start.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Because I can already picture whomever we play right out of the gates. I got a hunch the old Fire Gannon hashtags are going to be warmed up and ready to go if things don't start well. He is not going to have a ton of built-in grace at that position.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Brewers mini ticket plans for the 2026 season are available now with 6-game, 12-game, and build-your-own plan options. You can pick or build the best plan for your schedule, whether you're gearing up for tailgates under the sun, the thrill of the home runs, or the eruptions of walk-off wins. Brewers mini plans have you covered for the 2026 season with specially discounted ticket rates and more exclusive perks in each plan. Check out all the mini plan options available for 2026 now at brewers.com/ticket plans.
Kessler's gives you diamond choices that no one else can give you.
We have all the colors and clarities and carat weights of diamonds that come from diamond mines.
And we also have diamonds that come from plasma chambers, newborn created diamonds.
Is it time to buy an engagement ring?
Or a big anniversary diamond?
Tell them what an anniversary diamond is, Monica.
An anniversary diamond can be twice as big as the one in her engagement ring.
Why twice as big?
Every diamond makes a statement.
Okay.
The anniversary diamond says, I love you twice as much today as the day I married you.
Now tell them about our miraculous no small print warranty.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed.
It's just that simple.
And all maintenance is free forever.
No charge.
Yes, it really is that miraculous.
You found a partner you want to share your life with.
When you're ready to celebrate,
we've got a diamond for that.
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Courtney Cronin.
I don't feel like this Super Bowl is being billed for what it should be, which is a matchup between two teams that you might not have expected to be here, but are two teams standing right now for good reason. The Patriots defense gets all of the credit. I understand that they have been incredible, but Drake May, despite being sacked 15 times, is still a very good quarterback. So much so that he's an MVP caliber candidate right now. And on the other side of it, we talk so much about this new dark side unit. That's what their defense is being billed as, the new Legion of Boom, the dark side. But offensively, what we're seeing from Seattle is something that just started to come alive. They finally have a run game. Sam Darnold isn't turning the ball over. Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's been terrific all season long, has taken his game to the next level. So I want those storylines being talked about, not just, yeah, this is a ho-hum Super Bowl. Guys, it's the Super Bowl.
For 100 days, I'm going to cross the 7 continents because the answers to everything important are out there at the edges of our world. I'm stepping into the unknown. Where are we going? To see our planet as it's never been seen before, from pole to pole.
Pole to Pole with Will Smith from National Geographic, now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Show me the way.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Radio legend.
I don't care. I wanted to talk to Brent Musburger. That was for my own personal benefit. I hope other people enjoyed it, but I wish I was Brent Musburger. How about that?
Voice of Marquette basketball.
Joplin to the basket. Oh, wow. Hammer time.
And owner of the most famous catchphrase, at least in this building.
Oh, baby, that's sweet.
It's time for Uncle Homer on Kyle Brust Nortman.
Joining us before the Homer Hour is Homer on this Wednesday.
What is wrong with you guys?
What do you mean?
You are questioning what Goody will do. He brought in Micah Parsons. You have to be open that the possibility of anything is there because of what he's done.
You don't,
right?
You don't just
no. We can't go beyond that.
Coast off.
Well, hold on. I didn't say coast. I said when you wonder what he's going to do, you have to accept the fact that you have to say he could do anything. He brought in Micah Parsons. Doesn't mean he will, but that is no longer an issue. Now, how good he is, that's a different topic. But
how good who is? Micah?
No, Goody.
Oh, yes.
But I'm saying in terms of
fine. How good is he?
He's good, but
exactly
not that good.
Yeah,
exactly. So why would I get? So if he's just good, why would I get excited about anything other than opening up the possibility that he could do more?
You can question a lot about him, but you can no longer question that he won't do anything. Now we know he'll lie about all the players he has. He lies all the time.
Yeah,
but I'm saying, and it doesn't mean. What?
I mean,
it's about the lie.
Yeah, I like that.
But like you're like
saying lie is a really strong way to characterize it.
This is the difference between.
He's right.
This is the difference between.
He needs to be
Rob
political.
Demovsky. No, this is the difference between Rob Demovsky and me. Rob says, don't go by what he says. Go by what he does. Right? What does that mean? That means he lies. That's a nice way to say he lies.
That's fair.
I mean, I learned
what did he say was 38 minutes of a lot of words?
I learned that from a girlfriend.
Not a lot of substance.
Girlfriend.
Wait, what did you learn from a girlfriend? You haven't had a girlfriend in years.
She said she really liked me.
And?
I was working 6 days a week.
What did her actions say?
Right, and I only day off on Saturday. She's busy.
What a girlfriend.
She's busy. Hold on. She's busy 2 weeks in a row. And I go, And I never called her again. And you know what? She never called me.
Oh, so that's how
So
you
you didn't
broke
even
up?
break up? You just sort of...
Early ghosting. Early ghosting.
I mean, it wasn't that serious.
She
but
might technically still be your girlfriend.
No, I don't think so.
Has she seen you since?
No, this was 45 years ago. But I'm saying...
You don't know where this young lady is at or older
No,
now?
I don't.
How do you keep track of someone without, social media?
I mean, you
She
just say their
disappeared
name.
in
Hold
Houston.
on, I'll find her.
Hold on. Here's the question for the three of you. You have one day off. Girl says she likes you. You've gone a few times. And yet 2 of the only day you're off, she's busy.
Did she give an explanation?
I don't need a damn explanation.
You make time for what is important to you.
If you like that. Now, the question I ask you is, how many weeks in a row does she have to do it before you did what I did?
Does she have a
after
job
2?
on Saturday?
No.
Just like you had a job?
No.
She was just busy, huh?
She was just busy.
I say, listen, baby, what we finna do? All right, what time you off? What time you free? I'm free all day. I'm free from 12 a.m. to 12 a.m.
You would pick any time.
If she called me at 2 a.m., I say, that's right.
Okay.
That's
So you-
right.
2 a.m.
That's right.
You
I
wouldn't-
like that time,
You
baby.
wouldn't have ended it by her being busy.
If she said she's not available at 2 a.m., Homer, then I would say, oh, well, well.
I didn't need the hours. Ben?
I mean, I don't get ghosted. I do the ghosting.
Whoa!
I don't know what that
boy.
means. I'm sorry.
Ghosting means they basically you
disappear.
You disappear.
Yeah, they don't.
I disappear. I don't get to disappear.
That's my best friend.
But it's in
I want to
today's...
ask you because you're the best human of anyone
That's
in this building.
true.
So-
That's
What's the question?
Well, how many weeks? You ask her, I'm busy. Next week, I'm busy.
I would say the first one is understandable. People
Yeah.
got stuff going on.
Yep.
The second one, I would start to get concerned. It happened 3 times in a row. I'd say,
I feel
this
good.
ain't working out.
I feel good.
This
If
ain't
you're-
working
if
out.
you're
You
three,
did
I'm
1
at
week
2.
less than Brad.
That's the way it should be.
Yes.
Homer, how did you ask this young lady to be your girlfriend?
No, it's not your girlfriend, but you've gone out, you've been with her, and she acts like she likes you. I didn't sign a paper.
You think she act like she liked you?
No.
What did you do? What
How
did
would
you
you
do?
say?
It's Homer. We don't know what he did.
No, it doesn't matter. We went out a few times, and it's pretty obvious when people like you, right?
Oh, okay. She kissed on that neck or something like that. I was like, ooh, she like me. Got my spot.
Wow.
Okay, hold on. Now I'll go to the top human. How would you judge if you felt like someone liked you?
If they kiss
I mean,
your
I
neck,
bet we've gone
obviously.
out
Yeah, kiss your neck, specifically.
couple months, which was very long for me in any relationship.
But it wasn't a relationship.
Well, I thought
Y'all
it
were
was.
going on dates. You're just hanging out. You might have been the side piece. You don't know
She's
that.
laughing.
Yeah, I'm gathering that she
needed a couple.
when
free
you were
meals.
available. If she was available, it was great. But
Yes.
if it didn't work out for her,
Homer, you know you was a side piece 50 years
whatever
later.
you want to call it, I wasn't good enough, and that's fine.
I remember I found out
she
I was a
definitely
side
thought
piece.
you were
I
good
was-
enough because she
I
went,
was
"Wow, I'm out of
blindsided.
here."
Yeah, I was blindsided. being
Yeah, I
side
always thought I
piece.
was side piece too.
Yeah, I was blindsided.
It was
Wait,
crazy.
I said, wait, what? Who is this guy? I showed up at a birthday party.
See,
Like,
that's-
wait a minute.
That's
wait a minute.
funny. I never cared the reason. Side piece or whatever. If I ain't it, I ain't it. I don't need no more.
Oh man, Homer saying side pieces.
It's a
Never.
shocking revelation, though, Homer.
What is
when
it?
you
What
realize
si-
you're a
what-
side
what are
piece.
you making fun
A
of?
side piece
No,
is when you have the person has
I
a main
understand what a
person.
side piece is,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Okay,
So
but-
Have you ever been that?
Yes, we know now.
Oh, yes,
I
yes,
don't
with this
know
lady.
because I never asked for the reason why. Once, whatever.
Do you have bad breath?
What?
Do you have bad breath?
I don't care.
You shower?
I
were
never.
you stinky?
I was able to find somebody else.
Sure did.
You sure
Like,
did.
You sure did.
And it lasted, and it's beautiful.
And you hit the jackpot.
You
That's
sure
right.
did.
She hit
Hit the jackpot.
too.
You guys
That's
always
all
get
you
this
meant.
wrong. She is lucky to be with Homer.
It's not us that gets it wrong. It's
Fine.
Homer that gets
I
it
don't
wrong.
deny that I got the jackpot. She was in a slump. She won't admit it, but. And
Wow,
I was
that's
lucky.
honesty.
Wow.
That's honesty. Yeah.
And I.
Yeah, but what did you do to keep her?
Tricked her.
Do you know how
Early
often women
marriage.
say this? Not just her. He made me laugh.
That's
I'm
what
amazed.
my wife says.
Yes, I'm amazed. I'm amazed. I remember when you said, but I bet I've heard it 50 times.
I'm like, I'm not.
It's amazing how much laughter can make up for everything
I don't.
else.
I didn't try to make her laugh. Did you never laugh before? Or what?
But women are a lot less shallow than men, right?
That's
it's not.
very
It's not about
true.
the looks. It's about personality.
They get-
Clearly, it's not about the looks. Look at you.
I agree.
Damn
I
straight.
agree. You have it. Yes, men with no looks or little looks.
Although
may
I mean-
have a chance. Women don't.
That ain't the truth. 'Cause, you know.
Kyle's judging.
Oh yeah, I sure am.
We are all everyone's judgy. Anyone claims
No.
not to be judgy is
Because
judgy.
no
We're
one
all
wants to
judgy.
No one goes the way it works is it's not